that because the audience wants that. But this is just grimy behavior. And this just goes to show the character flaw of Adrian Garner. It's not that he's just a drunk, because Dean the Great, he's a solid dude. From what I've seen, from what other people have said, despite him he'll get drunk, he'll act out, he'll misbehave, but to take money out from somebody that's helping you, getting you motion again, because some people will say, like, yo, Adrian Broner's the talent, he cares. Well, Adrian Broner's already famous and was a world champion boxer, but Adrian Broner's been crashing out and been on this type of time for the past 8 years. So he's been like this, and he hasn't had motion like this. So it's clear that them two together, led by Dean's direction, is what brought him the success that he's having right now to where he's getting booked. Nobody would have been even calling to book Adrian Broner before this. Not to a fight, and definitely not to host anything. They brought Adrian Broner to host something, they would probably pay him to stay out of the club if you tried to book Adrian Broner 3-4 weeks ago. And then Dean the Great, after a lot of people were giving him criticism, and he would go on to explain why it's extra slimy what Adrian Broner did to him.
And we want to talk numbers. I'd have made him $20,000 a week. His first week streaming. You don't make $20,000 on kick streaming your first fucking week.
If you ever feel like your aim is on point, you're playing pretty well, but nothing dies, and it's like the enemy team has infinite heals, you're not alone. The reason why this happens is that you are taking advantage of some key techniques such as adaptive targeting, line of sight abuse, 3-second rule, and off angles. So if you are looking to improve the most, rank up and be able to hard carry games by yourself in DPS, I recommend watching the entire video. I first want to talk about abusing line of sight. This is something that I've seen even high-ranked players not taking full advantage of, and let me tell you, it's helped me win so many games. I think it's safe to say that we're all guilty of playing an autopilot, doing things like standing behind your tanks and just shooting away. If you are just dealing a ton of damage without getting kills or final hits, realistically all you're doing is giving the enemy team support elements. Getting the final hit is the absolute most amount of value that you can give your team while playing DPS. So how can you get more kills when the enemy team is playing so close together and that their supports are just out healing your damage? One thing that you can do is abuse line of sight. Line of sight refers to what the enemy can see. If you play outside of their LMS, you can gain so much value and increase your kill potential by a lot. Things such as hiding behind cover in this game is so broken, as the game uses a third-person camera. So if you take advantage of the right-hand camera, you can see enemies before they see you. This allows you to do things like hiding behind cover and getting kills before the enemy can even react to you. Most people already do this to some extent, however you can take it a step further to fully take advantage of it. A huge part of abusing line of sight is actually trigger discipline. Sometimes if you just wait behind cover for another few seconds and then the enemy's attention will almost always be there and you can surprise them again. This is the 3-second rule. On average, if you're started in a position, if you hide for at least 3 seconds, the enemy will most likely assume that you've gone back to your team or your career. However, you can often catch them off guard as they won't be expecting you to re-challenge the same angle again. Here's an example. As you can see, I get spotted, but I just wait for a few seconds and the team completely forgets about me, and then I can re-engage almost immediately. Remember, the easiest targets to hit are targets that aren't aware of you. This is giving me a ton of free kills, and I find that a lot of people don't fully take advantage of it. Another thing that you can do to abuse line of sight is just swap angles when you're seen. This is the easiest way to get good positioning. You want to literally just change angle the second that you get spotted. The majority of maps in this game also follow the 3-lane system. So usually your team will be playing in the middle lane. If you get spotted or can't find any opportunities to get kills, simply switch to a different angle. This is what's known as an off angle. The second you know you can't get any kills in the middle lane or your tanks aren't pushing far forward, this is your time to go create an opportunity for your team as a DPS. If you just try and take an off angle, try to get a pick, this will literally help you win the entire fight. All it takes is one pick to get the snowball turning, and once you do, you'll roll. Here's an example from Sparker, who's pretty much the best DPS player in this game. In this example, he first starts off by shooting at the moon, which is the middle lane of the map. Realizing he can't just shoot the tanks to get through it. He then uses his action to get to an off angle, and this allows him to sit with teammates and coordinate his dives in their background. He then dashes onto point, but now everything knows that he's there, so he'll immediately change position once he's on the way. Once he's waited for a couple seconds, the mag is completely forgotten that he's there. He's now able to shoot the mag and is able to kill it. And then the rest of his team appear just to ruin everyone else. He then kills at Emma, and then the enemy team TPs, and now he's changed angle again, and he's gone back to the high ground. He sees that the Invis has isolated herself, and has found the perfect opportunity to kill. The enemy team has seen him again, so he now uses another dash to quickly reposition himself, and then the enemy team completely forgets about him again as he runs down the court. He then goes for strange afterwards and immediately turns around and realizes he can't kill him, goes for a Deadpool that's attacking his supports, and then finally he goes after the strange and they win the fight. The goal is to be an active part in creating value for your team by using the line of sight, repositioning and targeting. Those are when your tanks can pushing or support to get healing. If your team isn't doing well, just focus on your own gameplay. Sometimes players are just bad and they won't capitalize off your tips. You just have to keep going and focus on yourself. This example shows pretty much the perfect repositioning and playstyle, which is what you should be trying to do on DPS. The next thing I want to talk about is the best way to play any DPS character, and that is playing front to back. So we can see how Stalker does this. But what does it actually mean? Well, playing front to back is basically playing with your team from their front line, and as the fight goes on, they find opportunities to end up in the enemy back line while still staying in line of sight for heroes. Playing front to back allows you to create opportunities for picks. However, you must also keep in mind that this is more risky as you'll be contesting space that isn't neutral. But that's why it's very important to change your positioning when there's too much pressure on you, like how Stalker kept on changing position. Say for example, where you're playing with your team and you're playing Punisher. You want to play with your tanks, and if the fight goes on, opportunities like people wasting cooldowns like Mad Double or Milky Lamps will happen. This is when you're told to start moving forward and find more pressure while looking for kill opportunities on those characters who don't have their abilities or are weak. Therefore, they move from weaker and weaker as the fight goes on, and you'll see those gaps emerge. This is the absolute safest way to get value without spraying people off the team. Usually want to pair this way of playing with the leading line of sight. So what I like to do is I like to start with my team, then if I see an opportunity to get a kill, and an enemy is weaker or has been isolated, I move forward into its space to get a kill. If I'm unable to get a kill, I'll hide for a little bit, set, and then try again until I can get a pick. The main thing that helps is just being reactive and not mindlessly shooting tanks for damage. We've all had that one guy in the game that we know is and they think that we carried because they have like 40,000 damage, but then you look at the final hits and it says 4. They basically just gave the enemy team support outfits the whole time. The last thing you want to do is be that guy. The final and most important thing that helps you get more kills is adaptive targeting. This is single-handedly the best way to understand target quality in this game. This game is very fast, and sometimes it moves so fast that it can become difficult to find and pick the right targets to aim at. Well, this way of targeting totally ignores that because you'll be aiming at pretty much everything. What I mean by this is that you want to rapidly change targets the second you can't get a kill before they get here. You have to do this until you can find a target that you can fully commit to and know for a fact that you will kill. So say for example I'm playing Sterling, shoot C&D and shoots with everything. I have two options. I can either fully commit to Stan's killer, or I can change target and come back to it when it's on cooldown. You need to be pretty reactive about the current situation in front of you and if it's a favourable matchup for you. If that C&D was by herself and the team was distracted from your team, take the lead. If she's being blocked by another support or the DPS are shooting at you, that your cue to immediately swap targets and reposition. Have you ever gone up against those type of players who, no matter what you do, it feels like they're absolutely everywhere and their map presence is absolutely crazy? But this is the way that they do it. They're picking and choosing only favourable tools, and the second that they can't get value, they'll swap targets. You can even do this before you commit to a round 1. Say for example you're in the opening phases of the fight before it fully breaks out. You can spend a few seconds per target until you can find one that can actually die. You need to be pretty reactive to this and not just focus on the conventional best targets. It may sound simple, but if you go back and watch some of your own gameplay, you'll see that a lot of the time we become television behind targets without even knowing. I noticed that a lot of good players like Sparker, for example, do this, and he's never really fixated on one target. As you can see, he swaps targets 5 times in the span of 10 seconds, until he finally gets a kill in the floor because the floor overextended and became the most vulnerable target at the time. Sparker is probably arguably one of the best DPS players in the world, and it makes sense why he would do this. He's basically applying a small amount of pressure to multiple targets at once, hoping that would look at him instead of pressuring his team. Tests out to see who the most vulnerable target is and sees that their floor is inside their invisible, and then commits to the kill fully. Things like that and being very reactive to what's happening instead of just focusing on one target is what makes getting kills so much more easy. So that's pretty much all the things I want to talk about on how to secure more kills, and some of it may sound pretty obvious. But if you look back on your own losses, you'll definitely see some examples of what not to do. Even pro players do struggle with stuff like this consistently. I hope this video helps, and if you've got any questions, please be sure to let me know, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Jury! Executioner! Need some ranged firepower. I'm good to go.
Don't spend time on courses you've already taken.
Yeah.
At University of Phoenix, prior eligible college credits can transfer with you, saving you time. Transfer your eligible credits and earn your degree.
I'm here to finish the fight up. 30 seconds before you attack. It's more than just a mechanized suit of armor. It's my best friend.
Tiger
So there's a few characters in Marvel Rivals that could use reworks. I'm pretty sure everybody has their own list at this point. But if you look at the characters who come out now, and then look at the characters who came out during the launch, there's a very clear difference between how they were made and how they were designed to fit that sort of hero fantasy. And I know, like, the devs all the time, like, obviously they're going to get better at their job, they get better at making heroes, and they get better at hero designs. But there's a few characters who specifically stand out that need to be changed. Like, if you look at Black Widow, she has a sniper, she has a sprint ability, she has a little kick, and she has her batons, right? Her electric batons that nobody uses. But if you look at, like, the hero fantasy aspect of the character, like, Black Widow is a character who's supposed to be like a master fighter, right? She's supposed to be able to have, like, her widow bites, I believe they're called. Like, if you look at it from the MCU, if you look at it in the comics, this character is not just some person who stands back with a sniper rifle and just fires. And I'm pretty sure, like, there's people or women that think who want to do it, it's just a sort of specific role, or maybe they were just trying to pick off the initial types of characters they were going to do. But despite, like, how many lords there are, champions there are, characters, they need to change this character. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Like, you need to give her some pistols, some SMGs, like, her fighting ability needs to be amped up. Like, there needs to be a complete overhaul.
Get your bottle. Get your bottle.
Support, but I honestly don't see that either. I know the Phoenix team up kind of highlighted that, and they show, like, oh, their heals can be very great. But that's kind of like an ace on the stuff. So it feels like it's people. But for her specifically, she could honestly work like a character who, like, can try to 800 now. Or you can keep her at a range and make her even like a mid-range character, like really some pistol. If there's other changes that you can make to that little, maybe you'll have to give her a few enemies.
He got it. He just had some guts. He got spanked in the range.
But she needs to be changed. I don't know how they want to do it, but they have to do it when it comes to the platform. Like, there's a lot you can do with it. But I don't understand, like, she's going sort of stuck in this world for this conversation. And especially, like, when you have Hawkeye, like, who clearly outshines her every way possible. Yeah, he's a projectile character. And yes, you can boost a Black Widow with, like, some damage boost from Mantis, but there's honestly, like, that's so, like, quick. For a character, like, you have to have a man to navigate to make sure she's a one. And then you have those unique people who are really good with the character, right? That's what it is doesn't. Like, you need somebody to play this character, you know, the way to go up. And you need you shouldn't have, like,
He kept being crazy and making noise. So I'm positive he gonna run the snitch on her.
Leave it in the comments for anything. But she needs a change. Now, the next character I'm going to talk about is Wolverine. And I've said this before, I've been a video on it before. No reason why Wolverine has been declared the way of God. Now, usually I would say Wolverine is the reason is not anything from the I think that this should be from the why does he not have the ability to talk? I don't understand why. If you look at all of these movies or anything related to these movies, he could be able to climb walls. There's no reason why Daredevil should be able to run up walls. And he really could. Another thing, he has an intense sense of smell. He should be able to see things through walls, especially if he's going to be a bad character who sort of like sticks out.
I am ready to hit on the show.
This destroyed and ruined the evil woman's life. This is one of the worst human beings I've ever seen on the internet.
Yes, for you for yeah. Yes, for you for her.
This is gonna hurt.
So nice that lady.
She hits a jackpot. Like, she mastered an NFL player on top of the league. Now, she didn't know who was an NFL player to master it, because when he was asked about his profession, I think he kept it discreet. He said he was an electrician.
And what's your name?
Dominique.
Dominique, how old are you? Where are you from?
able to direct.
Got it. And what do you do?
I'm a project specialist and an electrician.
When you see how the story turned out, you'll realize how great of a decision not telling her he was an NFL player was. Right? Because he didn't tell her he was an NFL player. Even on their date, she didn't know he was an NFL player. And she showed her true colors. So after they matched, everybody that was on the show, even people who didn't match with anybody, they all went out together. Now, when they are out at the restaurant, they're chilling. The woman who grew for an NFL player began to choose up on another guy right in front of her.
Alright, so since you both ended up matching, how are you going on this date?
It's what you consider it, but I'll let you go ahead and take a little bit.
Okay, let me know, Candia. What's going on? Y'all making me nervous.
Well, we haven't hang out session, I'll say that, like after we filmed the episode. A few of the matches, we all went out to Dave and Buster's and we just ate together, hung out, talked. And that is where our story ends, honestly, at Dave and Buster's. It did not go past that. Yeah, still being out on my end. So, you want to get into it? Alright, so. No, I'm doing it, bro.
So if you didn't know, there is something called an AP watch, pronounced Audemars Piguet. Now these watches are very expensive. They can go from 20K all the way up to $1 million. Crazy for a watch, right? Now in the past few weeks though, AP ended up partnering up with Swatch, and they came out with a collection of watches that are affordable. Now these things are still damn near $400, not necessarily affordable, but there's something that a lot of people can get. So right here we have the clip. We're live this morning at 4 a.m. at North Park, Dallas for the new AP watch release. And as you see, man, God damn, they all out here for these watches, bro. Look at this crowd, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know to talk about black folks with them Jordans. Hey, okay, I'm just saying. But this ain't got nothing to do with race, y'all. This is just capitalism and consumerism, which affects every human being. That's the issue they had anyway, the rich versus the poor. We got another clip right here. These people are really sitting out, waiting. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, once again, it's a mixture of all type of people, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, everybody want these watches. We got another one. And once again, this is New York City. We got people sitting outside in chairs waiting on this goddamn watch. And to be fair, man, you know, this used to happen when these games came out. You know, whenever the midnight release, it used to wait outside at GameStop. I'm sad that I never could experience that because as soon as I got old enough to get into it, all things were just digital now. So I never got to experience that midnight release for a video game. I wish I could have, but this also reminds me of that. Now I want to state this again, to each his own. If you got the bread to buy a $400 watch and you can still pay the bills and take care of your necessities, cool, do your thing. But also, this is a time. And if you're really trying to fight back against the system, why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? Why? Come on, bro. And trust me, I get it, man. Everybody wants nice things. There was a point in time, man, where I used to want to get all the new designer clothes. And this wasn't anything. I'm talking like I'm old jail or something. I'm 24, but this is probably like, you know, 34 years ago when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That range right there, I needed that designer. I needed this. I needed that. But as I get older now, I can tell, man, when I'm out in public, bro, I like a white t-shirt, some good pants, and fly. That's what I'm in 99% of the time. Even like with business. This shit's fake, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got this, like, it was like a $80 or $100. You know what I'm saying? Fake, but it shine. Like, y'all see that shine? You know what I'm saying? And like, if you really know how to dress, you would know that, bro. You don't need a lot of expensive stuff to look nice. You can look fire as hell with some of the cheapest clothes or quote unquote cheapest clothes. So, you know, just me personally, I'm not going out my way to spend $100,000 on a watch.
We got niggas standing in line fighting to buy APs, but we don't got nobody standing in line to vote to make this country better than what it is. That's exactly why it's gonna always be a broke ass, bum ass, po ass country. Because the niggas like y'all priorities all fucked up. Y'all see, it's a whole lot of turmoil, shit burning all around y'all, and y'all ain't trying to make the slightest effort to rectify this issue.
Communicate in over 65 languages with Gemini and Google Workspace. Translate all your meetings and messages in real time with AI in Google Meet and Chat. Understand each other instantly with Google Workspace.
If you want the most out of your day, you need the most out of your night. Introducing the all-new mattress collections from Sleep Number that respond to your movements, personalize your comfort, and actively cool or warm you as you sleep. Experience a whole new world of comfort only at Sleep Number. And right now, everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Hurry into your local Sleep Number store or online at sleepnumber.com today.
I agree with that, brother. The same people I see out in line for these watches, your ass better be out there in November voting at the midterms. I'm sorry. And this is why I say, man, it's small things that can make a change. Shit, all the people that didn't show up for these releases to buy a new AP watch, you going against the system. You literally not spending as much money. It's going against the system. You deciding to rewear one of your outfits in the closet instead of buying a brand new outfit, it's going against the system. You not shopping at these big Walmart, mega corporations and going to the small mom and pop store is going against the system. It's small things like this. But to give nuance, I want to give a perspective of the other side as well. A lot of people feel like this system that we're in, voting left or right, is an illusion. They probably were struggling when the Democrats was in office. They struggling when the Republicans in office. They feel like voting don't matter. It's a false sense of illusion. This is what a lot of people feel like. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to have this ideology before I got into politics. I was like, man, all this shit really don't matter. But once you get into it, it does. And even just seeing how they're trying to gut the Voting Rights Act. Voting does matter. They wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing if it didn't matter.
$300, nigga. Like, just seeing this make me want to sell my AP. AP, what's up, man? What's going on? I done spent $200,000 on one of y'all watches. You telling me I could have won $200,000 on a watch is crazy, bro.
That is literally insane, man. But that just shows you the contrast of America. You have people, not even America, but worldwide, you have people that can spend $200,000 on a watch. That is a fucking house, dog. You know what I'm saying? 200,000. You know, DDG, I know he has money, but man, dog, 200,000 on a watch is fucking crazy. Do y'all know what you can do with that? I mean, you know how much you can impact the community with that, DDG? You could have put 200,000, man, you know, and I don't know if he did any of these things, but I'm just speaking off of no context at all, bro. You spent $200,000 on a watch, man. You could have, man, what?
Waited to 2026 and spent $300 and got the same effect? The hoes can't tell the difference.
So you did it for the hoes. So you spent $200,000 for the hoes. They tell you, man, that money can't unlame you. Bro, you do not. If you need to spend $200,000 just for a woman to talk to you, like what? She can't just like you for you. She want, like, you gonna even attract the wrong type of women for that. Like, I could understand if you wanted to watch because it was nice. Like I say, bro, people like nice things. Like, I'll buy something because I like it because it looks nice.
They don't know what the fuck if this is a skeleton. I tell a girl, hey, this black ceramic AP.
And that's the same for me. I can't tell the difference. I can't. If I see a watch, I don't know. I may sound like a bot. I can't tell the difference from a Rolex or this type of watch or that type of watch. I never really cared about watches. You know what I'm saying? I don't really pay attention. I'm not gonna pay attention to people like that anyway. But that's the reality we living in 2026. You know, Instagram flexing. I guess a lot of people do pay attention to the small things. But me personally, bro, I could not care less about that.
Limited edition, 300,000. Feel me? Come on, bro. That shit ain't right, bro. Yes.
He ended off by saying that shit ain't right. So it's not right that now everybody else can get it. Now these rich people, they kind of got what they wanted because these watches that came out, they were nothing like the high-end ones, okay?
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of pissed off. I must be stupid. Shit, everybody watching this must be stupid. What were we thinking? We really thought that AP was about to give us a $35,000, $40,000, whatever it is, $1,000 watch for $300-400? One tone? Them shits are tough. Them Swatch AP AI photos were so tough. They had people lining up outside the store days in advance without even knowing what they was going to really look like. I said that we all must be stupid watching this video because AP really came out and said, this is what y'all are getting. Stopwatch. A pocket watch. They really thought we was back in the 1900s, my boy. Bro, do you know what the streets was going to do if they actually gave us a watch? Like, what were we thinking? Not gonna lie, as a Knicks fan, I really might actually have to cop this one right here. This one too. Like, you know, at some point, the 3D printers or the people in China are gonna come out with a wristband for these things. So I might actually still go after this one. Hey, AP and Swatch did what they had to do. The whole entire world is talking about these things right now. I do wish they came out with these one-tone watches. Who knows though? Maybe.
So these right here are a couple of dudes with the watch, and bro, for $400, I'm not copping that. But you know what I'm saying? They look like they got money. I can't, you know what I'm saying? If you got the money, do what you go do with it. But I encourage my brothers, especially my black folks, to use our buying power and buy something else with it. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know if the CEO like black folks. I'm sorry, this shit is not worth $400, dog. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Am I hating? Am I a hater? I might be hating, but that shit ain't worth $400. People thought they was getting the poster, bro. That was fake, by the way.
Yo, it's your boy Lil TJ. Ladies, I have silence. You don't know we got the hyped up AP Swatch.
Yo, they got the rappers promoting it.
Just before Friday, automatically. So that's
hey, bro. Look, TJ, man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like saying that people fell off, especially, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us ain't never been to the heights of Lil TJ, but he most definitely did. And the way he carried himself, I remember when he went on Fatboy Matt's stream talking about streamers being corny and all this type of stuff. And just to see how Lil TJ is now, I seen his album, it did horrible. It's like, you gotta truly always humble yourself, bro. Always be humble. And people in the comments,
guys, it is singer and songwriter Hanaton Hasi, and today I'm going to show you how I got my music on Spotify in under 5 minutes. I used to think uploading your music onto streaming platforms was this huge, complicated process. It's actually a really simple process. DistroKid makes it easy to get your music out on Spotify. All you got to do is go in there, upload your track, add the title, add the release date, and then bam, it gets uploaded, distributed, and that's what I love. It frees me up to focus on the creative side of things, like writing, recording, shooting videos, and rehearsing for my shows. In today's world, the power is in the artist's hands. If you want to be an artist and share your story and your talent with the world, why not? It's easier now than ever with DistroKid.
This settlement check completely changed my life, and it came from a car accident I almost forgot about. I'm honestly shaking as I record this. I never imagined something this big could come from an
Well, TJ in 2026, bro, they funny as hell. But yeah, y'all see how they using these rappers now to promote this watch, because this is what they all rap about. Oh, I got this, I got this, I got that. But what property do y'all have? What actually thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta move away from it, bro. I understand you want something nice, but we gotta move away from the flaunting just to say you got it, you know, a material shit that don't really mean anything.
On paper, the new AP Swatch collab costs $400, but how much is it really worth? Well, if we break it down into its raw materials, the case is made of bioceramic, Swatch's blend of ceramic powder and a polymer derived from castor oil. The Royal Pop is a pocket watch, so the case is slim, only 8.4 millimeters thick and 40 mils across, weighing roughly 15 to 18 grams. 2/3 of that is zirconia ceramic powder, so about 10 to 12 grams of ceramic. At industrial bulk pricing of $20 to $35 a kilo, that's about 20 to 40 cents of raw ceramic material. The other third is a biosourced polymer, worth almost nothing at scale, maybe another 5 to 10 cents. Now the crystals. This is where the Royal Pop is actually a lot better than previous Swatch collabs. Unlike the Moon Swatch, which uses mineral glass, this has sapphire crystals on both the front and back with anti-reflective coating on each side. Each crystal weighs roughly 1.5 to 2 grams. That's about $2 to $4 per crystal, so 4 to 8 for the pair. Next is the calfskin lanyard and the clip-on case holder. Real calfskin uses maybe 30 to 40 grams of leather. At wholesale pricing, that's roughly $1 to $2. The plastic clip adds another 50 cents at most, but now for the largest cost, the Movement, which is a brand new hand-wound System 51. 51 parts, 90-hour power reserve with a Nivicon balance spring that was actually co-developed with AP back in 2018. It's assembled entirely by machine in Switzerland, which keeps labor costs low, but the R&D and patents behind it are insane. AP confirmed 15 active patents are inside this watch, but just counting the internals, at scale, it probably costs $15 to $40 to produce. So that means the total material $15 for this entire watch is roughly $20 to $50. But people are already flipping these for $5,000 a day after launch. So what do you think of this collab? Because
capitalism. Man, I be telling y'all, so the shit costs $20 to make, but they sell it for $400, then resellers selling it for thousands of dollars. Capitalism, consumerism. I need people to stop being fucking bots. I'm sorry. But let me know your thoughts, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out my video last night on Malcolm X. His birthday recently passed, and I know a lot of y'all asked about the man in my banners. That is the great Malcolm X, man. Go check him out. So yesterday, May 19th, was the late, great Malcolm X's birthday. I missed the opportunity to drop a video yesterday, so I'm going to do it today instead. Brother Malcolm X is one of my biggest inspirations. And it surprised me, because when my videos first started getting traction, a lot of people would comment on both of my channels, like, who is that person in your banner? Who is that guy in the banner? And it mind-boggled me. I'm like, y'all don't know who Malcolm X is? First and foremost, I want to say, check out the autobiography of Malcolm X. Here's my copy. I finished it a few months ago. The reason I look up to him so much is because he is a person who did a complete 180 in his life. He grew up with his mom and dad, but early on, his dad got killed by some white supremacists or a type of KKK member. I can't remember exactly. Then down the years, his mom ended up going crazy because of the situation she was in. Now, he had a whole bunch of siblings. It was just her. He ended up getting put into the system. After this, he turned into crime, running around Harlem, doing a lot of dumb things. Ended up getting arrested and sent to prison for a good little minute, I believe about 8 to 10 years. And when he was in prison, this is where he learned the things that he learned. He joined the Nation of Islam under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And when he got out of prison, man, he got straight to work, right? He was in the streets working, gathering people together. And he had a great sense of, like, he had that aura. I can say that. He had such a presence and aura about himself that people would just follow him. They would listen. For the next couple of years, as he got out of prison, man, he just building. Now, anyway, man, it's a great read. I don't want to spoil anything. I highly recommend you guys read this book for yourself, watch the movies, all that type of stuff. But in today's video, man, we're just going to watch a few clips of Malcolm X, just to get his philosophy to people who don't know who he is. A lot of people compare Malcolm X to Magneto, which I hate because Magneto he's evil, but it was justified. Malcolm X was not evil at all. Malcolm X basically just preached the notion of, self-defense. He didn't say hit first. He didn't say go out there and cause a ruckus. No, but if someone touches you, hit them back. Like our parents say, somebody put their hands on you, you put your hands back on them. I can explain it in the perfect quote. He was like, is the sheep bad for not letting the wolf eat him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? But no more talking, y'all. Let's just watch some clips of the mentality of Malcolm X. And yeah, man, I just want to show people that don't, never heard about him, like what he was about, dog.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country? No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. You pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that's the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
This is my favorite quote from Malcolm X. And specifically that last sentence. They won't even admit the knife was ever there. And listen, in 2026, what do they tell us? Oh, you're being a victim. And specifically me, whenever I bring up the things that black people have went through, Jim Crow, segregation, slavery, redlining, COINTELPRO, mass incarceration, the war on drugs, the chemical warfare, they always say I'm being a victim. I have a victim mentality for telling the truth. These things happen. That knife was in the back of black America. But like he stated, they won't even admit that he was ever there. For slavery, literally, these Christian white nationalists, they will say, you were better off here because we saved you from being in the jungles of Africa, being a savage. That's literally what they'll say. And then they want props for giving us the bare minimum of having equal rights in America. They love to talk about accountability, but can't hold themselves accountable. Did y'all know that when slavery ended, these folks gave money to the slave owners because they lost their products, black people, but they couldn't give, what I'm saying? They couldn't give us our 40 acres and a mule.
But I take it then you support the...
Said leave her alone, Are you disobeying me on purpose?
In Alabama, these places.
Or you just slow and don't understand?
Freedom is never safeguarded peacefully. Anyone who is depriving you of freedom isn't deserving of a peaceful approach by the ones who are being deprived of their freedom.
100, right? And this is why when I see these No King protests and I see these, protests in general, first off, I do want to say I applaud the organization and, it is a form of action. But during these protests, what's really happening, right? Most of them are done on the weekend, so you aren't disrupting any businesses, any of these big corporations. During the marches, y'all ain't destroying shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you should be, but the point of a protest is to be angry and to do things to make a change at the top. And then afterwards, like, these people end up going out to eat, going to McDonald's, go to Walmart. Like, what was the point? It was just like a damn gathering. The sad thing is, man, if no lives are lost, and no money is being lost, there will be no change. You know what I'm saying? Because if a CEO sees that, oh shit, they killing them for not behaving right, the CEO might change. Or, oh shit, my money is being lost, so I need to change, right?
Who taught you to heat the texture of your hair? Who taught you to heat the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to heat the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to heat yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
100, man, 100. And, man, we see this in 2026 still. A lot of people don't like their hair. Colorism is still rampant within the black community. We got challenges talking about, yeah, our noses are naturally bigger. And like I said, this all comes from what the dominant society has put onto us. This is worldwide as well. Light good, dark bad. So anything associated with black features is bad. Darker skin bad. Black people religions bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it, y'all. Anything associated with African mythology, hoodoo, voodoo, is evil. It's automatically bad. Why is that? And I'll explain it to you. It's because they did this. They taught us that everything associated with black was bad, so they could easily dehumanize us to make slavery and things like that justifiable. Oh, we're enslaving these people because they're less than us. So their religions is evil. Their skin tone ugly. Their hair shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say, man, things such as just wearing your natural hair out is going against the system. Wearing freeform dreads is going against the system. Being proud of your black skin is going against the system. Like, these things you don't think about is.
We're nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. But we are not nonviolent with anyone who is violent with us.
And literally, y'all, when he said this, they literally tried to crucify this man and be like, oh, you insinuate violence. I mean, it was so bad that it got to the point, like, when any bad thing that happened in the black community, like, it was this moment where some type of riot happened and a white woman was killed back in one of the states he was in, and they literally tried to say Malcolm X was the fault of this because he told him to be violent. He was like, no, I don't condone any type of dysfunction or anything like that, but you guys also harbor the conditions for this to happen, right? Packing all these poor people in the slums. What do you think is going to happen out of that? No job opportunities there, no good resources. What do you think is going to happen? So they always try to twist your words on what you say. Malcolm X never said that violence is the key, but he said if you put your hands on me, you're gonna get your ass smacked back. Simple as that.
It's not hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. It's true. It's not hate to say that we were Jim Crow, discriminated and segregated. It's true. We are peaceful people. We're living people.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference. I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud. Most spiders just climb walls. I'm psionically linked to a giant robot. I win. They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong. When I see someone with powers like yours, I think, wow. I mean, how can I compare?
Don't compare. You just spread your light.
Goodbye. You're up, little one. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area. This is a story.
This sure ain't it.
So it begins. You offer protection. I accept.
We're better when we work together.
Enemy needs help.
What are you aiming at? Love that healing feeling.
Back in the hunt. We can't let them take control. Ooh, I know that sound. Systems restoring. We're better when we work together. Us against the world! Us against the world! Nada, that doesn't count.
Co-op time.
Let's play a game!
You know what to do, spiders? Powering up. It's spider time! 60 seconds left.
Your powers are mine!
Whoever they are, they look friendly. You're up, little. Spiders get the job done. We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks. They just...
Your dog is suffering. What touch of healing?
We're back in action.
A shortcut through space. Behold the god of thunder! Oh, let's play a game!
Co-op time.
You're up, little one. Us against the world! Better stop that vehicle! Nada, that doesn't count.
Unleashed! I'm hit.
I unleash. Looks like we've got ourselves a party. Let's get going!
Just shield it. Hit harder.
Powering up.
Oh yeah, baby, that's the good
Only 60 seconds left. Woohoo! I know that sound.
You offer protection. I accept.
another go, Spider? Only 60 seconds left.
The god of thunder!
You know what to do, spiders?
Your powers are mine!
Now or never! Stop them! Better stop that vehicle! Down to 30 seconds! Final 10 seconds! You know what to do, Spider? You've got my back. I've got yours.
Mind if I do?
Final score, 3-2-2. Another epic victory! Win!
Needed help, they just threw him in jail. And this is why the 1960s was a turning point for Black America. During this time, we started seeing a lot of Black revolutionaries, okay? Malcolm X, MLK, the Black Panthers, Fred Hampton. So many of these Black leaders that started to step up and try to take a charge. So because of this, the FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover, came out with COINTELPRO. So I'm going to put all the links in the description. As you can see, COINTELPRO on the FBI vault. Black extremists. We have 23 parts of COINTELPRO. Now here is a specific part of this document. As you can read, it says, "With the coalition of militant Black nationalist groups. In unity there is strength. An effective coalition of Black nationalist groups might be the first step towards a real," can't read that in America, "the beginning of a true Black revolution." And for 2, as you can see, it says, "Prevent the rise of a Messiah who could unify and electrify the militant Black nationalist movement." Malcolm X might have been a Messiah. He is the father of the movement today. Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad all aspired to his position. But the one that they was really talking about was Fred Hampton, who they later killed in 1969. So man, hey, I don't be lying when I say this stuff. Here is even more proof of how they targeted us. So right here we have the national response to Richard Nixon's Black capitalism Michigan. Richard Nixon viewed the uncontrolled Black Power movement as a major threat to the internal security of the United States during the late 1960s and early 1970s. To address the situation, Nixon developed his Black capitalism initiative. The Nixon presidency offered African Americans the notion of Black capitalism as an essential move away from the notion of earn, baby, earn. The evidence suggests that all of this institutional goals against Black capitalism did achieve its larger ideological African American radicalism. And do you wonder why in 2026 we have no more Malcolm X's, we have no more MLK? Instead, we got these Black rich capitalists. So already they started to dismantle our Black leadership because it was starting to peak. Even moving past this, in the 1970s, this is when we started to see the chemical warfare. For example, West Philadelphia collaboration, an era of drug acceptance from heroin to crack cocaine. Heroin loomed large in the cultural imagination of the 1960s. Throughout the decade, the opium-based narcotic was sold with impunity in predominantly African-American and Latino neighborhoods of the nation's inner cities. The early 1960s saw the baby boom generation reaching adolescence, now composing 9.7% of the U.S. population. Since adolescent males between the ages of 15 and 19 were the most prone to experiment with heroin, their swelling number in American society signal danger. We have another one right here. It says, heroin in Chocolate City, the Black community response to drug addiction in the nation's capital, 1967-1973. They didn't know about these things that were done to Black America. Because when you dig into the history and you look at things, it doesn't surprise you why Black America has the function that it has today. And I want to tell you guys another story. Back in 1985, the West Philadelphia police bombed an entire Black neighborhood. I am not lying. This was the area of a Black liberation group named Move. They ended up killing, I think, 10, 11 people. Some children were involved and destroyed basically the whole block. So, like I say, man, you think America wouldn't do something, bro? Look at what they did to Black America. We not victims. We just bringing us the facts. He also had a clip where he said that a couple of gun deaths are needed to protect the right of America to bear arms.
You will never live in a society where you have armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun gun. That is nonsense. Really. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a clause, unfortunately, some gun deaths that we can get, so that we can have a Second Amendment to protect other God-given rights. That is a disputed deal. It is rampant. Nobody talks about this. They live in a state ultimate universe. You will never live in a society with armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun gun. That is nonsense. Really. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a law unfortunately some gun deaths that we can do so that we can have a Second Amendment respect of other God-given rights.
So, you know, just looking back at stuff, it's hard for me to feel bad for these dudes. As Malcolm X stated, bro, what happened to Charlie was just the chickens coming home the roof. This is a dude that went around preaching black on black crime and how bad it was, this and that, only to get killed by a white dude. Even his death, bro, everything about it was poetic. It sounds crazy, but it was poetic as hell. Seconds before his death, Charlie Kirk said, counting or not counting gang violence. And this was a tactic to move the goalposts from what was the actual issue. But instead, he tried to put blame on the black people. But what about the black people killing each other in gangs? Does that count? Wow. 9 minutes. That was September 10th, man. Look, how many months ago? Like, time is fine. Time has flew. It's already about to be a year ago. The days that we after this crazy stuff. We had white dudes getting on live streaming and fight back. Like, when have white men ever been oppressed in America? So this shit is funny. They talk about victim mentality are the real victims. We had grown men getting up and crying on camera.
I am so frustrated now. I am so fucking violent. God damn it. You just freaking words in their tongue in you, people. You were so good. I'm telling on you, friend. You're better than you're going right now. I'm so pissed.
You couldn't say anything about Charlie during that time. If you said something, these people would adopt you, they would send you to jail. They were trying to get you to struggle. But these were the same ones talking about George Bush. Making mean to Trayvon Martin. I'll never forget how they did Trayvon Martin. These people dressed up as a dead black kid. Like the shit is like you see how these people do. They raised money for George Bush. If y'all wanted to feel bad for a lazy white nigga, and in 2026, y'all, his legacy is this. completely gone. He's turned into basically a meme. So for example, y'all, this video right here has 1 million. A million. Think this is a video. Charlie Kirk turned into a rapper. A black rapper right there. Something that he gets fired. This is the legacy, certification. Right here, this video has 2.5 million likes. And they put this in the face of the billboard. Like this is what you will get when you stick in Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy what his legacy turns to. We don't even see any of the clips anymore. Right here, look, we got somebody that they just be putting his face onto everybody. Wait, no, I think that's a real person. I don't know. This nigga looks just like him. but videos like this get millions of likes. And he said, bro got certified. A young white dude. These are the people he wanted to radicalize. And look at what they're doing. They just make jokes. These niggas certified the Popeyes team. They certified every team. Somebody certified themselves. They certified Lucky. They certified the lady. I didn't even say that was fun, but I know it. Y'all get the point, yeah.
Armed and dangerous!
The man said you get anything you want, so you put your face on shirt and decided to. And guess what? You actually wore it in public. Over 5,000 views of one of the pictures. Somehow, they actually love it.
One of my pictures.
On your toes. Leave them to Khonshu!
Jason Tatum's steel solid first recovery, Dr. Underwater, how else to such miraculous recovery at the step? No Charlie Kirk 6'5", not too much short.
First off, this nigga was 6'5". Charlie, I wish I had that. I wish I had it. You know what I'm saying? You doing this right now? You should have been hooping. You could have been doing anything else if you want to do race podcast. 6'5", you should have been.
The Achilles would probably fit him. The ultimate Kirk was an elite basketball player himself, so the Achilles is huge. But what's the Kirk between politics or an NBA career is what's given to his Achilles. Some speculated could have been his
Hey, I think Charlie had a jump shot in the right.
that Kirk had an elite Achilles, but wasn't even using it. Isn't it interesting how Kirk was shot in the neck, not the Achilles?
Just needed a few repairs. It's now or
Hey, can I laugh, y'all? Can I laugh, y'all? Y'all know it's only dark humor if it's about a minority. You know what I'm saying? If it's white people, it ain't dark humor. So can I laugh at this? Am I able to laugh at this?
It's perfectly kept. Also continues, we haven't seen any updates to the parents. So that's really true. He says, I also noticed that the draft is the case. It's located in Utah, so that is something that is locally called politics. Clearly, and we could cover some thank you to Pierre for this as well. It seems to benefit taking over public audience, as well as itself. It always something is ideal because so everyone knows this recovery is a map.
Yeah, he did.
And then it's the link. It's one of the recovery, there it is. Because it kills. Comment down below whether you think this using quips and killers or just
Yo, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Y'all want to see something similar to this? Go check out me debunking why Black American life.
to win this one. I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Devil Dino is the latest hero in Marvel Rivals. And in case you haven't used Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, or Discord, honestly, good for you. But to catch you up with the rest of us terminally online folks, this big red lizard puppy has single-handedly divided the community.
And I'm just going to tell you right now, we've played these fucking games before, and as respectfully as possible, pro players got to just suck it the fuck out.
It's honestly fascinating getting to watch this in real time, but even the people who love Devil Dino will say that, yeah, he's probably a little overpowered, or OP if you prefer. And it doesn't take an esports player to see that. But if you were to ask a high-ranking player or esports pro, they would argue that this unignorable big...
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
Get everything you need for less at Hy-Vee, where you'll find low prices every day on over 10,000 items across the store. Prices as low or lower than some of the biggest discount stores. Hy-Vee, saving you more every day.
Big Red Dino O-Penis is very unhealthy for the game and boosts the competitive balance. Meanwhile, most casual players just don't seem to give a damn and just want to relive their childhood time of smashing a Big Red T-Rex through a line of G.I. Joes. So who's right? What if I said I was cool, experienced, and thought that no one was right? You listen to me out for another 8-12 minutes for mid-roll ads. Dino is a world that not only boasts the largest hitbox in the game, but also some of the highest damage and ease of use from the Vanguard role. Where all heroes notoriously have shallow learning floors and ceilings, meaning picking them up and mastering the skills that they offer is easy both ways. Some of the purest representations of this role are Zing, Mr. Fantastic, arguably Wolverine, Blade, Daredevil, and Groot. This hero is in terms of competitive viability has been feast or famine since the launch of the game. Characters like Daredevil and Wolverine were meta-defining in their prime, meanwhile others like Mr. Fantastic and Blade are lucky to pull deep tier on your favorite YouTuber's tier list. Enter the Dinosaur. Most tier lists place him as the best in slots, and in truth, if left unchecked, a half-decent Dino will single-handedly run the entire game, locking down 4 points, ripping apart tanks, and generating enough from itself to survive a team fight and an extinction event several times over. So, understandably, from a top player's point of view, this shouldn't exist. But who cares? Eternus players make up just 13% of all players, according to RivalTracker.com. In other words, if there are a room of 71 people, one of them would be an Eternus rank. But high-ranked players have something that my Flat Widow was talking about ranked in game don't. Skills. And these skills let them see the future of the game with a higher degree of clarity that, if nothing else, should be respected. The pros are correct. Probably, Devil Dino is too strong, and probably will go from being a loved, funny guy to the next low-rank Instaban hatred magnet like Daredevil, Squirrel, and maybe Movie. But let me explain something to people who want to take this game seriously. High-ranking players want to play poker, a game of high stakes and extreme strategic decision-making where even the slightest muscle twitch could cost you the game. Meanwhile, the vast majority of the player base just wants to play Velatro. Dino is Velatro. He encourages both teams trying to shit the other team's fans harder. It's a play style comprised of nothing but bearing down and trying to make its number go bigger. Basically, Dino is the PvP version of the PvP mode. He's big, he's flashy, he requires a DPS or ADPS check to be successful, and if you don't have that, then it's another less than doable sacrifice. And you probably scrolling brain rot while sitting on the respawn. But that's not to say that Dino is unstoppable. Practically every high damage hero with access to some kind of range, or heroes with a half-decent stun or percentile damage with a block, can shut him down decently well. As much as Dino is on the boosting side of the Brawl meta, placing him as the best in slot
Success.
just as easily suffers from famine from a team that doesn't want to put up with them. And for the pros, if he is such an issue, then you can just ban him, right? Why not? Why is this even a discussion? In fact, if there's one obviously overly hero, then a ban is a self-administered nerf. Well, see, that's the problem. There's more than one dino. Phoenix, Black Cat, Elsa, Daredevil, White Fox, and these are the other dinos in the game. Characters that have been troubled since they were added. Those are understandably upset at Dino because it doesn't seem like they have enough slots to deal with him and everyone else. Dino is a food strategy, a first order optimal strategy. He's a noob in Call of Duty, the AK in CSGO, the blue shell in Mario Kart. He is the great skill curve platinum. His design realistically is perfect. It's not a big overtune. His role in the broad balance of the game really should act as a filter. If you can't deal with Dino, it's probably a hard stuck goal, or at least that's the way that it should be. Obviously, that's not the case right now. Of course, he's too strong, but unless you count Rose without her team up or Angela, everyone has been too strong on release. This is the first time the tanks have received a new vision since Emma that defined the meta. And even as someone who tries to avoid the tank role, like Deodorant avoids the Smash tournaments, I think it's okay to let them have it for a bit. Hell, I have been seeing people play 2 tanks without being passed in quick play. I'm seeing players insta-lock a tank so fast it was hard to get footage for this video. Let's just be so honest for a second. There are bigger and much older fish to fry. Devil Dino creates an atmosphere that encourages teams to deal with a tank by dealing damage to it rather than trying to outskip it and stuff. I think where a lot of players are struggling is in terms of trying to keep this few less of a hero alive. And if I may give advice, don't. Did you win? Just say the next turn of omelet. You got me, fellas! Bet $10, get $200 in bonus.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, like, obviously try to heal him, but don't consider that the only solution. Like, we've been so conditioned into more support means more win, that into a Dino v Dino fight, Dino seems so perfectly designed to punish by safe range damage or stuns, and is too slow to peel from a frontline push to deal with the diver. Dino is a rock. So just don't choose scissors. Go paper. Counter him. Don't play his game, or just ban him. Obviously, that's easier said than done. But my point is, Devil Dino is kind of amazing, because he's adding something to the game that is easy to play, strong, very fun, that is encouraging players to play something that has been very missed. Like, the solo tanking problem has been an issue for a while, and unfortunately, the tanks are the ones that are on the shortest end of the stick when it comes to having to deal with Dino, because Dino counters most of the tanks, both between his percentage damage as well as him being a melee-based character that goes right through the fields, of which most tanks have those skills for, and most of the best tanks in the game to play around. Obviously, I think they're going to nerf him. I believe that they're going to bring him down a bit. But I really hope some of the more outrageous notions out there, especially the ones of getting rid of his shield, aren't listened to. We forget that we tend to overhype heroes, especially the strong ones on release, but then as time goes by, we learn to fight against them, even if we don't want to. Dino is one of the rare occasions where I don't think the majority of the casual community would mind dealing with a Dino meta. Still, if they are going to nerf him, which I think is highly likely and pretty much guaranteed with how much discussion is around him, I'd say the boost the headshot reduction percentage from 50% to 45%. Just give him a little bit more reason for other players to be accurate against him. Next, slightly lower the coefficient of his bonus health generation off of bleed. And lastly, increase the cooldown of his abilities during ult. That ult is absolutely insane. This would bring Dino more in line with the rest of the cast without destroying what makes him fun. In the meantime, play range, play stuns, or just ban the lizard. Oh, and don't ban the Dino if you see your team trying to pick him. It's rude. and just will cause unnecessary fights. But at the same time, you probably should play Dino and Quick Play a couple times before you jump in. You'll be able to block him eventually. I know I'm having fun with this, and I know I'm kind of being a little bit flippant with this whole ordeal, but it is rather amusing to me how much debate and discussion has surrounded a big puppy. Like he's more like a Yoshi than he is a T-Rex, like in terms of design. And I find that kind of amusing. And I feel as though if he were a harder character to play, there wouldn't be nearly this amount of discussion around him. Like Black Cat came into the game, and anybody who was decent at dive realized really quickly that she's absolutely going to be a problem. Thing is, nobody kind of cared because the vast majority of players, the casual player base, could never see her value. But she's ripping up a lot of the high tier ranks, and it can be annoying. I think everyone's just a little fatigued of new heroes being ridiculously broken on release, and power creep is definitely becoming a problem. I don't think it would be a bad idea to have a season where we don't get a new hero, and we just get like a cool new mode and a lot of balance changes. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this discussion. Please be respectful to other people. Bless your faces and deuces. Where's the time when we all just go down to the bodega for a sandwich? Now we're even.
What's cool with y'all boys? It's StrikeTeam back in another video. I'm not gonna lie, I might have just wasted like 44 minutes of my life, but this is my second recording of this shit, so yeah. I do want to say before we do start this tier list, this is gonna be a season 8 tier list. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more tier lists or just more Marvel Rivals content from me. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and every like and sub helps out with that goal. Also, don't forget to check out the Twitch if you want to catch me live. We'll be going live over there every single day. And also, before the video does start, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video. If you're tired of bad teammates with right here, hold on, let me change this. But I do feel like Angela is pretty good. I feel like she's pretty good, but it's just certain characters, like I said, that like Dino, who just does her job way better. And then on top of that, you could go like Sue or Luna Snow and just like counter her really hard. Pretty sure White Fox also counters her pretty hard as well because you got like the stuns. And then, you know, obviously Luna has 2 stuns, stuff like that. So I do feel like Angela isn't too strong, but I do feel like she is a good tank right now. Just not in the top tiers. Next character we have is Captain America. I feel like Cap is the same way. I do think Cap is a really strong dive tank, especially because, you know, you can jump into the back line. If you have another dive with you, it's really hard to kill a Captain America. And then on top of that, he adds a lot of pressure, has a really good ultimate. His ultimate actually gives you ultimate boost. So like if you're in his ult and you're punching people or whatever, shooting people, then you'll get your ult faster, which is really, really good utility for the squad. And it also works as like a third or a fourth support ult, which is really good. Next character we have is Tankful. I would say Tankful is like a B tier. I feel like the nerfs that they gave him kind of just make him way weaker than what he was. I do think he's kind of decent still. Like you can still play him, but I just don't think he's like one of the best tanks anymore. He used to be an S tier, honestly, insta ban, but all the nerfs that they've given him, it's just made him pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Next character we have is Dino. Obviously, just the best character in the game. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I do feel like Dino is not a bad addition to the game. I actually really do like Dino in the game. But obviously, like he is really strong. He runs lobbies. And if you don't play Dino yourself or have a Dino player on your team, then you're probably going to get ran over. There's so many tanks that he counters. And it's really hard to counter him unless you're playing like Iron Fist, Wolverine, Moon Knight, or like a Punisher that's just constantly shot damage. But yeah, I do think he is an instant ban. Easily one of the best things in the game. Probably one of the best things in the history of this game. Next character we have is Doctor Strange. I don't put him in the S tier. I feel like Doctor Strange is a really good tank. Really good tank to solo tank. Obviously you don't want a solo tank in this game, but if you have to, I feel like Strange is a good pickup. really good damage. Have to team up with Sue, which is really, really strong. Even though Sue isn't that crazy right now. The shield is obviously really good, especially if they're playing a lot of poke. And he can slightly brawl. So yeah, I do think Strange is the S tier. Obviously the TP, extremely, probably the best utility in the game. But yeah, really good character. I'm putting an S tier. Next character we have Emma. I'm putting her S tier too. I feel like she's really good anti-dive, has really strong abilities, really strong ult. I do feel like she counters a lot of dives in the game, and she can actually grab Dino, I'm pretty sure, so that's really good. If you grab a Dino, you can make him stay still, he's going to take a lot of damage, which is really good. So it was really strong at a Dino. I do think that really good anti-dive hero, so that's the reason why I put her in S tier. She can also brawl a little bit, so that's really strong. And then, you know, of course, her ultimate. So yeah, I'm gonna keep her S tier. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Next character we got is Groot. I'm gonna put Groot S tier too. I feel like Groot is really strong. The walls are obviously really strong. But if you go with a character like Moon Knight or like Wolverine or Punisher, then obviously this character kind of gets weaker. But I do think he is still an S tier. The ultimate is really strong. He has really strong utility with the walls. You can combo his ultimate with Namor, Hela, like, you know, basically every DPS in the game. Overall, it's a really good tank, extremely high HP, and just lives a lot. So yeah, I would put him like S tier. Next character we have is, I'm putting him A tier. Definitely a high A tier hero. I feel like, I thought he was actually going to be pretty bad, because like I thought his ult was going to be bad until the CC changes. But honestly, it's not that bad. Like, he still does really high damage. Really hard to deal with this character still, and then obviously getting his bubbles back with the class is extremely strong. The movement's insane, and I feel like he's a really good brawl character. And then you got like the season, and then I'm not gonna lie, the season is a dive season, so I do feel like Hulk is really strong into dive, especially like with Cap or with Venom, who's a really, really good dive tank right now. And also another reason why Emma is S tier is because it is a dive season and she counters most dives. So yeah, I'm putting Hulk in A tier. I feel like if I put him S tier, it would be too disrespectful to all my Hulk players. I'm not trying to get my goat for next character we have is Magneto. I'm putting him low S. I feel like he has gotten a little bit weaker, specifically because Dino's in the game. Like if you play Magneto into Dino and they have like a Groot.
Pretty sure I'm still the coolest spider hero in any reality. 30 seconds before you attack.
Do about that because obviously Magneto has a movement, so like I feel like Dino's a really hard to for Mag, and then of course you know Groot just walls you off if the Dino grabs you or Emma grabs you or Strange blocks you off with shields. Like it's just Mag isn't too strong, but I feel like not that bad of a pickup, especially if Dino's off the game. Actually, I'm gonna put Groot above him, but like yeah. This is Alright, next character we have is Penny. I do think Penny's a B tier. Only reason I'm really putting her B tier is because in lower ranks, like she kind of dominates them. Like I'm pretty sure she has the highest win rate. She has had the highest win rate this game that came out in those two lows. So I do think Penny's really strong in that sense. But in higher elo, obviously she's like a lower B tier. Not even a B tier. I would probably say it's a B tier, depending on what maps who's playing her. But I obviously just shoot the net so that's the only reason I put her in B tier. But overall, Penny's a valid B tier. Next character we have is Rogue. I would say Rogue is probably a low B tier. I don't think she's that good, bro. I think she's only good with Gambit team up, and Gambit team up boosts her up so much that it could possibly bring her up to like A tier, maybe even S with Gambit team up. But alone, she's not that strong. Obviously, like Penny counters her. You got characters like Hulk who can bubble her in the backline. She just kind of could. You just don't really want to be playing this character alone. But in lower elo, she's pretty decent because obviously people don't want to play against her. Lower elo, or kill her. But in higher elo, she's gonna get rolled. She's gonna get quick going, and it's just not fun. But with that Gambit team up, she is a beam. She spreads the damage out, pushes healing, becomes an extremely good brawl character. And if you're even just punching tanks in the front line with the team up, it's really good to help you out your other tank by healing it. So yeah, that's pretty good. Next character we have is Thing. I'm putting him like a high D tier, I would say. Maybe even an A tier, really. That's crazy. I don't think that's crazy. I'm gonna put Big in the A tier. I think he stops literally like all the dive. You know, Magic gets countered by him really hard. BP gets countered by him really hard. Iron Fist slightly gets countered by him. And then obviously, if they're running hella dive, you've got to be doing something. Big is just really good for counter and stuff like that. And then on top of that, you can prep with people, so that's really good. His ult is a really good ult in stuns, so that's also really good.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
I'm here to finish the fight. Most fighters just climb walls.
30 seconds
I'm
before you attack.
linked to a
Get
giant
ready.
robot. I win.
Another run-in with Felicia Hardy after our Sanctum encounter. Joy. And shouldn't you be trying to stop me like last time? You seem to have become a more domesticated feline.
Domesticated?
No one has ever called me that before.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Hey, make fun of my tail all you want, but I've still beaten Doom, Thanos, and Galactus. What am I? Invisible?
You know what to do, spiders?
An extra force field? Great.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
I appreciate you. Get the job done. We make quite a team.
I'll be shipshape in no time.
Shield? Fine by me.
I'm counting on you, friends. This is gonna hurt. We make quite a team.
Cover me. A little help, please.
Distance restoring.
Feeling fantastic.
We make quite a team.
Ooh, I touched it. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
This is gonna hurt.
Increased shield. Let's have some fun.
My friends are here!
My dad built Spider for himself, but I feel like I was born to pilot it.
No time to sleep. Not when there are so many problems to solve.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Oh, look at you! You're so cute! It's nice to finally team up with somebody just like me.
You have a fully weaponized spider robot as well?
Oh, no. But I do have an army of squirrels. Does that count?
I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Ninetales or what? My will is what defines me.
You're up, little one. An extra force. Whoever they are, they look friendly.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Capture the mission area!
Keep an eye on this one.
Come on, me! It's Spider time!
By the eye of Agamotto!
Control seized! I'm counting on you, friends.
Ooh, a touch of healing.
We're better when we work together. Mine's in place.
Better already.
Our friends are here!
Together to victory!
You know what to do, spiders?
I have a shield, but no complaints.
I'm hit.
This is gonna hurt.
I take everything! You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Powering up. Playground worked! You got my back. I've got yours. Don't count us out yet. We make quite a team.
No worries. I've got your back.
You know what to do, spiders?
Control shields up!
Oh, I love shield.
We made quite a team.
Glory is almost yours!
I am ready to put on a show.
We made quite a team.
Just like, I don't know, maybe if you want to run the Fantastic Four comp, but I haven't seen that comp version like season 2. So, yeah. Yeah, just Boston, bro. The bulk that they gave him didn't do shit. Honestly, that probably nerfed him. But yeah. S tier hero. I probably say like low S tier. And the only reason I say S tier is because he's really good as a Dino. Dino is only counters in the game. No. So that's really good. Also, if they're running like no. Heroes, isn't a bad thing. He just does a lot of damage in.
No, on the couch.
Yeah, does a lot
on the couch.
Then in lower ranks as well, he's a really dominant character. Like he's kind of like what's her name? Penny Parker. A lot of people in those ranks ban Moon Knight. But yeah, that's kind of like the only reason I'm putting him S tier because he counters in higher elo and then in lower elo he's really strong. So yeah, I'm putting him S tier. Next tier we have his main one. I feel like he's on the same tier as Hela, maybe a little better. I do feel like he's really good at anti-dive for Spider-Man, for DD, for Black Cat. Who else? Just anybody who's flanking, this is just really good counter dive. And honestly, I could probably put this S tier. I might put it in S tier. But with the team up, these two characters are probably like top 2 in S tier, maybe even close to Instaban. But yeah. Next up we have Phoenix. I'm putting her S tier for Instaban. Extremely strong hero. I think the nerfs that they gave her weren't actually loud, and they were more so buff, and it was the stupidest change they could ever give to a character. Why? But yeah, she can still one-shot her. They literally tried to nerf her so she didn't one-shot in her ultimate, but they buffed her damage to make it so she's still one-shotting her ultimate. It makes no sense. But yeah, this character is just disgusting. Insta-ban. I recommend banning her if you don't play her. And if you want to play her, I definitely recommend playing her. She's really, really strong. Next character we have is Sala. I'm gonna put her low S. I think she's good.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Depending on who plays her, I think she's really strong. If you're going against Tap, this is literally like a other than that, I feel like she's alright. Like I feel like she has a really high skill ceiling, and it's kind of hard to determine where she should be at because of how high her skill ceiling is. Kind of like with Spider-Man. The only thing with Spider-Man, the only reason I wouldn't play Spider-Man that high is because, like, obviously Spider-Man just takes so much more skill and way more like thought process. But yeah, I would say she's like an S tier hero for sure. Like if you pick her up, really good in high elo, really good in low elo. If you have good enough aim, which you can really just take off a lot if you're good enough. Next character we have Wanda. I'm gonna put her D tier. That hero. Man, really say about that. I don't think she'll ever be good. Next character we have is Spider-Man. I'm putting this A tier. Like I said, you will get an S tier, but I don't want to get hate from the Spider-Man. And then on top of that, he does do a lot of damage, multiple one-shot combos, has infinite movement, has a full, on certain maps, he just pulls you off the map, a full stun. His ultimate also is extremely good. They just buffed it for God knows what, and then on top of that, it's stun, so he can just do a free combo right after he ults you. He does a fuck ton of damage as well. Yeah, I think this character is disgusting. He has a displacement, a stun. Like I said, I already switched it off. I would personally say this character is like S tier, but like I said, depending on who you're playing, he's not that good. This character we have is Grogu. She's not B tier or S tier like Iron Fist. Like honestly, she's just a better Iron Fist. But I would say. Bias. Yes. I like that. I ruined my job. Really having friends. That's not bad. Things like when you
Judge, jury, executioner!
We made quite a team. I'm counting on you, friend.
Not that good. Next character we have is Scarlet, X-Tier hero. I don't know why they buffed this hero. I don't know who asked for a Scarlet buff, but if you did, fuck you. This character is disgusting, bro. He has 50 round mag, pretty can one shot 275 HP. If you shoot all body shots, which is just insane. The ultimate is extremely strong and it will roll you if you're not paying attention to it. Overall, tier 3 disgusting, bro. Especially if you're teaming it up with Gambit, which is so Scarlet Gambit is probably the best option game. This trick we have is going mid. I feel like the remake that they did was kind of a little bit, but I see what they're trying to do. It just didn't do what it was supposed to do. I do think, nah, like there's no reason to be trying to swim. There's too many poked up, nigga. Next trick we have is fun. Use the F tier. Only reason I'll put in S tier is because the shotgun is just a feedback machine. Any guy here that tries to run in this kid that has glitch of getting one tap, so yeah, that's the thing. Also, his ultimate is really strong, especially if you're comboing it with Rocket. Pretty good poking, counters through a little bit, also counters Dino a little bit, and he has a team over Dino. That's pretty good. And yeah, I'm just gonna put him extra because if Dino grabs somebody and you're on the back of Dino with Punisher shotgun, and you just literally look down a little bit and just fucking one tap whoever you fuck Dino grabs. So that's the thing. Yeah, next week we have pretty much here. I don't think he's too strong, but I also don't think he's bad. I feel like he's just in the middle of it. Where there's just so many like other heroes that I feel like it's kind of clear him. But I do think it's like most of the other heroes are getting cooked or are unplayable when you play Bucky. Or if you want to play a little bit of counter dodge, you play Bucky and that's really strong. But other than that, no reason, really reason to play Bucky, especially for like Pain Enthusiast or Star-Lord or Elsa or fucking Psylocke with this. Next game we have is, I feel like it would be too. I feel like Will is really situational, and that's kind of the problem with him. Obviously, if you play with the Dino, that's really good if you can't grab the Dino. Same way with Boot, sometimes you can't grab him, but sometimes you can grab him. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like unless you're really down with him, you're not going to be like golden or a lot. Like you could probably show him low with, but not high with. Like you're not going to low. Alright, that's the end of the DPS. Now we go into the swords. And Adam, he's going to have to. I feel like Adam is like it's a 2 heals. You don't want to be running Adam. Kind of just throwing if you're doing that. I do think the max res is kind of the save him and make him like a feature because if you're playing triple with Adam, there's a lot of things you know about that sold out and about that the max res. But other than that, I don't think he's that much of a support. Unless you're playing triple. And most people just run like Ultron or they just run Mantis and stuff. Yeah. Next year we have Dagger. I'm putting this best here. He's one of the best supports in the game. Perfectly also, Bobble is extremely stupid by the way. If you play it at all and you walk into it, like even if it's like has like 1 second left on like it staying alive, then you instantly get 65 HP. I thought it was like whenever she throws it and then it touches the ground, whoever was in that vicinity gets 65 HP. No, it's whoever walks into it gets 65 HP. So yeah, that character is just stupid. The E on both one of the dance one and the support one is really strong, so ultimate is extremely strong. And she has a fade, that's really good. Even though the fade is pretty easy to track, she does still have it, so it makes it a decent kill. Next character we have is support tool. hate this game. I hate this game. Play this game first. I personally think all the best games are pretty mid. But this one is the mid for them. Like obviously he builds faster than all the other best tools, but this guy does nothing. The support ult is mid. You have to be sitting on top of him to get any support from him. And it just has a really small person. And he has to get jackpot for it to be really good, and for him not to be killable like any other support ult. It's just not worth it. It's just, this is basically just stuff as well. Yeah, I would say definitely pretty ass. Next year we have next year we have Gambit. I would say the best year in the game. I feel like he's not as bad as he's been. I feel like he's targeting in every single game, but I do think he's still the advantage because Gambit, Sluggo is really strong. But I feel like Gambit always kind of not as bad as it was before. Like it's definitely an easier ult to survive. Like if you know how to play into it. Like I've had a couple of games like this season and last season where Gambit was in the game, and I wasn't just like actually pissed that Gambit was in the game. You know, like I feel like it's not that bad to play into Gambit. But when they pull out that Star Wars, give it up. Like actually give it up. It's your go. Next good that we have is Sue Storm. I would say she's like a low S tier. I think Sue is pretty much die food, specifically for like Iron Fist and Daredevil, and Black Cat. But other than that, I don't think she's nothing too crazy. Her ult is really strong, and she got that push, but they just nerfed it. But other than that, I don't really think she's that strong. I do think overall her hitting is really good. Her damage over time is pretty good, and her ultimate is probably one of the best support ults in the game. So that's the only reason I keep her in S tier. But other than that, not really. Next character we have is just the Lane Shark. I would say he's like a feature guy. He's a decent supporter. His ult is the real thing that makes him that. Like if his ult was way better, or if it was like White Fox ult, it was just like I don't know how they made White Fox ult good, but if it was like White Fox ult, it was good, and people wouldn't complain. But yeah, I don't know. It's just very situational. Unless you have like Sigma mode on your team, you're not going to be doing too much on that. Next up we have is Loki. Loki. I'm putting him low S tier. I think he's too strong, but I think the nerf kind of nerfed him a little bit. Like you know, they made something. But definitely made him nerf. He's kind of free east for Bucky and Moon Knight right now, and Moon Knight is extremely strong, so it's really doesn't be playing Loki like that. But I do think Loki is still pretty good, especially if you got a game bit where like you could do the effective support for like 2 or you could maybe effective support which is really good as well. So yeah, I'm gonna keep Loki in the X tier. Next tier we have in the snow. S tier, really the best support in the game. Is there really anything else to say about this character with discussion? He has 2 stun if White Fox in the game. 2 stealth abilities, which is her F and her shift. She has an ultimate, the best hero ultimate in the game, like the damage boost, and it can heal her, and it gives her own health. She has hella damage. I'm pretty sure that that's no that in this downstairs. But yeah, Frozen Hero, definitely S tier. Next character we have is Mantis. I think she's in the same tier as Jeff. Like, I've been talking for like an hour playing this straight. But yeah, Mantis, B tier. Never want to play her to the other tops. She's pretty easy to die. If you are running critical heals, she's pretty good, but over time I feel like she's a better pick. Next character we have is Rocket. But he's like an A tier, but he could be an F tier if the buff that they just gave him, like beating through this. Also Scarlet kind of burns is all extremely fast. Hunter burns as well. Iron Fist burns as well. Starlight burns as well. Also burns as well. So yeah, that's another reason I'm saying like an A tier instead of like an S tier. But yeah, next character we have is Ultron, C tier, or yeah, C tier. Never really want to play him into 2 healer comps. He's really strong in a triple heals though, but he just doesn't have too much healing. And the last character, sorry, bro, I'm so parched, so I need some water back. The last character we have is White Fox, and I feel like White Fox is a S tier hero, and you know what to do, spiders? The only reason she's not better than Moonstone is because her ult was not as good as Moonstone. I do think White Fox is extremely good, extremely good. The heals are broken abilities, teleport, who was, and she did also provide television, so starring interact on a streaming platform. So yeah, just a really, really good girl. Other than that, White Fox just an excellent job. Here's my note I should say about that. I'm getting part of the second season. This is my final trailer. I hope you guys put me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this tier list. I feel like this is a very fair tier list, and I feel like I wasn't rated like I don't know. I do think Iron Fist is the F tier. Other than that, let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I'll see y'all go tomorrow or maybe on stream tonight.
When it's time to start your business, but it's time to where you have it's easy to customize things. Start selling everywhere you shop, whether they're going or scrolling. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the streets. And we are going to start with the world's best converting checkout. So easy. See why millions of businesses start Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Guys, Jeffrey Bezos has been scaring me on Twitter recently because he's going on this tirade about being one of us and being progressive. Now, I want to tell you the quote because they're saying I literally agree with everything he's saying, and that's why it horrifies me because I feel like he has some ulterior motive behind what he's saying. So I'm going to show you the clip, show you this Lex Luthor guy saying something that I actively agree with. So let's talk about it.
We'll talk about even making the tax system more progressive. How about we start by having the nurse and queens not pay taxes? Why is somebody at all? Why is a nurse and queen who makes $75,000 a year paying more than $1,000 a month in taxes? That's $1,000 a month that could help with rent or groceries or anything. And so, and by the way, do you know what that all adds up to? The bottom half of income earners in this country, they owe 3% of the taxes. So 3%. We can find 3%. So we don't have, it's a small amount of money for the government, you know that. And it really is, the more I think about it, to me, it's kind of absurd that we're doing this. You know, we shouldn't be asking this nurse and queen to send money to Washington. They should be sending her.
I was agreeing with him until I saw this guy right here, Patrick David, say exactly this. Americans need more of this kind of common sense. Why should Americans trust politicians with more tax revenue when they already have a track record of wasting money and families to solve problems? They didn't bad policy, guys. Interesting. I don't agree with this. Your tax rate is 0.98%. 0.98%. That's Jeff Bezos' tax rate. I don't know what that means in the grand scheme of things, because that's a tax rate. He's worth $279 billion. That's a crazy metric number, and the tax rate is significantly higher. Doing insurance, advocating for worst-class tax up to the state with the worst capital allocator in history is what I'm here for. And here's the killing me, right? I agree with Jeff Bezos. He's saying that he should be taxable. He's effectively saying they should be taxable, right? How can the U.S. hold 32% of all the rest of all 30% of the people stuff? Leaving that out is not a permit to a little bit honest labor and tax at a typically high rate of capital gains with the bring up the right. If he said, I believe Jeffrey Bezos is actively saying that he wants to pay more taxes. I think he's saying that he wants to save more taxes, and that's what I doesn't understand. Jeffrey Bezos doesn't pay a dime in federal income tax. He doesn't pay any. So I think he thinks he wants to pay more taxes. From what I'm grasping, he wants to pay more taxes. That's what he wants to do. That's what I'm grasping here. Now, I'm not smart enough to call out Jeffrey Bezos on if he's trying to manipulate the public, but what he says is very beautiful. I think it's amazing that he wants zero taxes for people. His lawsuit wildly sound. I have this issue, though, with trusting any billionaire because he's a billionaire on Twitter. And when I see a billionaire on Twitter,
Think of Elon. Elon Musk to me is a wildly pathetic man who always just tweets everything. He replies to everything. He wants to be best friends with Donald Trump. Why have they said nothing about the murder aided by the police of citizens in this war? This is ridiculous. He tries to spark race wars every single day using the biggest platform of misinformation. He goes wild, besides True Social, obviously. He goes wild going against black people all the time, trying to get race politics going on. He wants to be the common day Tony Stark. He's obsessed with spreading his genes. He thinks the woke virus, he thinks the woke mind virus destroyed his child. He's actively just a horrible person. He's actively just a horrible person in all metrics of the word. And you know what's crazy about Elon Musk? Ask anybody that's not on the internet. Ask your parent, ask your mom, ask anyone how they feel about Elon Musk. Ask them in person how they feel about Elon Musk. I promise you, they're going to say, oh, he's like the smartest man on earth. He's really smart. He's amazing. Every time I ask a regular person off the internet how they feel about Elon Musk, they just say he's the smartest person on the planet. I mean that with my whole chest. He is the smartest person on the planet. That's how they feel about Elon Musk. The reason why I don't trust Elon Musk at all in any capacity is because when I look at somebody like Don Luker, who has 27,000 posts up here, and then look at Azealia Banks, who has 17,000 posts, who gets in the beats all day, and then we have Elon Musk with 102,000 posts. And you may say, well, it's his platform. He has to make a bunch of posts. No, he doesn't. He's just sparking race wars all the time. So I don't trust billionaires in any capacity because Elon Musk is the last example of a relatable billionaire that we've tried to have. And he used to be the progressive guy. Elon Musk used to be the liberal progressive guy until his child got hit by the woke mind virus. So I don't trust Jeff Bezos here because I don't know what his thought process is behind any of this. I don't grasp what he's going on about. I don't understand it. It sounds so simple too. Jeff Bezos with straightforward, simple logic. Bottom 50% pay no taxes, plus cost government is 3%. Yet 100% life-changing for the bottom half of America. This is what it is. His proposal at the bottom 50% to pay zero in taxes. That's great. That sounds good to me. I don't understand how this is bad. Right? I just don't understand. I just don't get it. And then people say the bottom 50% earners are Jeff's company are treated like complete dog crap. He can fix his company before trying to fix the country. So I want to point this out. If you work at Amazon, I worked at Amazon for a long time. I made $25 an hour at Amazon, and I worked in Stow, I worked in Pick, I worked in Pack, I worked in Decant. Some of those businesses are, if you don't know what that means. Decant is when you take stuff off the truck. I also work truck, getting stuff off the truck, and then Decant organizes things off the truck. And then it goes up to Stow. Stow does the stuff for Pick, and it goes to Pack. So with Stow, we grab things out of those boxes and put them in separate compartments. And then after that, we go Pick. Pick picks the specific thing that goes to Pack, which packs the things together. Those are my positions. I also did damage control for the broken products and typed them in the computer. I did a lot of exams. I did 10-hour shifts for 4 hours. For 4 days a week, I did 10-hour shifts. And if I wanted an extra shift, I go on the Amazon app and I can get those extra shifts. As a matter of fact, they reached out to me recently and asked me if I wanted to get hired again because they're hiring again right now. Amazon is hiring again. And I want to explain my experience with Amazon. I like it. It's just a lot of physical labor. I'm really good at physical labor. If you're not good at physical labor, you're not configured on Amazon. They do rush you and have performance things, but it's kind of, if you're good at moving fast, it's really easy. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, and this is not to discredit how horrifying it is for certain Amazon places and how disgusting Amazon is when it comes to basically becoming a Walmart of delivery systems, and Amazon has had this effective method. But I use Amazon every 2 weeks to get food. But I have Amazon Prime. I'm Amazon still ever so slightly, but I still don't trust Jeff Bezos. I was talk crazy about Jeff Bezos once again. I don't care about it in any capacity. There's actually a meeting at one point where we could have met Jeff Bezos, and I decided not to go. I just didn't want to beat the man. Because I think he's so rich, so wealthy, that he's in a different economic class. That's just like his same with all billionaires. I think if I begin to trust Jeff Bezos, something bad will happen. And that is my residual fear inside of my chest. Because for a while, I don't know if you remember this, like 10, 12 years ago, I trusted Elon. Everybody trusted Elon. Actually, I don't know if you remember that. You may not remember Elon Musk was a liberal. He was basically a liberal. It was the whole thing. For years, Elon was a rare breed, a billionaire who came to Alliance for better value. He was an early executive resisting climate action or a Wall Street mogul because of financial speculation. Instead, he was a face of Tesla, a company leading the charge against fossil fuels and SpaceX, a company making space exploration feel like a shared human endeavor rather than a government project. Musk's public statements reinforce his image. He championed carbon taxes, invested in solar energy, and even floated the idea of universal basic income. He wasn't just an entrepreneur, he was an innovator who promised to use technology to solve humanity's greatest challenges. To many liberals, Musk represented the kind of capitalism they could embrace, one that wasn't just about profits and about progress. But in recent years, the perception has drastically changed. Instead of being held rocket forward, we emphasize right-wing rhetoric, dismantle social media case butters, and engage with this culture war. What happened? Exciting political transformation? Musk's policies didn't take overnight, but it became a top secret in 2022. Many enough for me to vote Republican, called Democrats the party of division and hate, and began openly criticizing progressive politics. His words the same where he wrote, and his use of the term, world crime fighters, placed him squarely in the culture war debate that had become a rallying cry for conservatives. His words were soon backed by action after acquiring Twitter, now X. Musk rolled back controversies that were originally implemented to curb misinformation and hate speech. He reinstated bans of right-wing figures, including Donald Trump, and frequently engaged with controversial political commentators. Critics argue that his division of free speech and the disproportionate is their voice of balance. The shift wasn't just ideological, but it had tangible consequences. Hate speech on Twitter surged with leadership, pointing place, watchdogs, we can talk about this indefinitely. But we used to be the Tony Stark of the left. That's what people call him, the Tony Stark of the left. I'm very used to seeing these rich, wild people end up trying to become like one way. And it's just regular people that pay taxes and have a horrifying time, right? And it's the performance of, I guess, ordinariness. If I can go both to say, the study, the casual interview, and it gets me to the point where I never see a billionaire wear Supreme, right? You'll never see a billionaire wear Supreme, but your friend might wear Supreme because they want to feel rich. They tweet about video games. They joke about being awkward. I think all of the stuff that Elon does, and Jeff Bezos may be doing right now, may be designed to create a bridge between their reality and yours. And I think that made of money ass bridge is so fake. And when you look closely at the bridge, it's all going to collapse. I don't understand that. I think there is no authenticity, and everything they do is marketing, because the customer, at the end of the day, is you. The fact that I agree with Jeff Bezos, they shouldn't tax the bottom 50%. I'm the bottom 50%. I don't want to be taxed. That'd be great. I'd love to have that. I don't think that wealth is the grossest thing about them. Because kings have castles, emperors have armies. I think the grotesque part about the entire thing about billionaires is the insistence that the wealth does not matter. The insistence that they are just like you and me. The insistence that their problems are your problems just scaled up. A billionaire worried about, money is not the same as me in any capacity. Right? I might be worried about an eviction notice. I don't know. The scale is wildly different. They could buy all the money I make in my life, they could spend on one thing. Think of that for a second. The stakes are wildly different. When you lose money, you lose comfort. You lose housing. Right? You lose everything. You lose all of it. Right? That's horrifying for you. That's nasty. They also live an ultra form, like very, very ultra humble. Share one strange similarity. Both exist outside of the range of normal human experience. I've used this analogy on stream before, by the way, stream Sarah's TV, if you want to follow me, which I appreciate that I'm on YouTube basically every day. This mindset of they're so strange and opposite spectrum that they're so different than the average regular experience. I use this for the far left, far right. It's very enlightened to me, but it's very important to bring this up because if it's so extreme, you cannot possibly understand nuance in these facts. A homeless person living under a bridge and a billionaire living in a compound with carbon security both occupy realities that the average person cannot fully access. One has too little and the other has too much. Both are wildly unreachable.
So you are much closer to the homeless. I think trying to relate to a homeless person is very hard for a lot of people. The homeless person walking up to you car knocking on the window, you get annoyed. You're like, that's annoying. I don't know. This is a little annoying. Why do they have so much confidence to surround them? I think homeless people and rich people, really rich people, have the same amount of confidence. Because to be homeless, you gotta have the confidence to hear no a billion times a day. That's the confidence you gotta have. Same with being rich. You gotta be able to hear no. You gotta be able to hear people that don't agree. You cannot fully understand what it's like to be homeless unless you've been there. You cannot fully understand what it's like to be ultra rich unless you've been there. That's what it is. It's so science fiction to relate to a billion. They speak a language that sounds like yours, but it's something completely different. So a billionaire, I think, could be stressed and have mental health issues. But they could mean so many different things. Whenever I hear a billionaire stressed, I think, oh, there's stock drop. When you're stressed, you probably can't afford the medication your child needs. That's probably what's going on. The humanization campaign always fails the test. What is the test? What power have you given them? What system have you changed? The answer is always no. I think Jeff Bezos wants to leave a mark on history in some way. The answer is always no. I made a donation. I started a foundation. I signed a pledge. Okay, so the foundation, let's start right there. That's a tax bill. The pledge, you made a pledge. That's just a press release. But whatever donation you make is obviously going to be a rounding error at the end of the day. None of it requires surrendering the thing that makes them different. The wealth and all this stuff. And a lot of people say, you're a pocket watch. You're jealous. Yes, I am. What does that change about the situation? Does that, I really don't grasp what that's supposed to do. But you're too obsessed with how much money they have. Worry about yourself. The money they have is because of me. I work at Amazon. I don't know what you mean.
Final score, 1-2-0.
Your business has started and initially started between simple and
I don't know what you mean. I really don't grasp what you're saying. He just want handouts. No, I want to work. I'd love to work. I would love for my work to matter, though. I would love for my work to not give me a living wage, but a thriving wage, where they make billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars off of my labor. And the speeches are always so bizarre. Always so bizarre. It's disgusting, right? If their entire business fails and they fail at their 15 different adventures, their venture capitalist gang, they could just try something different. They could do that. They always say, oh, stop buying sandwiches, stop doing this, stop doing that. They don't understand what it's like to actually live. Society works with religious intention. A rich person is always assumed to be smart. A rich person is always assumed to be wicked. A rich person is assumed to have earned their position through merit. But that assumption is so stupid. It allows exploitation to be rebranded as such efficiency. It allows inequality to be rebranded as natural selection. And that's dumb. The average person knows what it feels like to choose between bills, to dread checking the bank account, to fake a smile at work while everything around you is falling apart. That is what it is. That's what it takes to be alive. That is the knowledge of being a regular person. Billionaires have no idea how to understand that. They can study it. They can commission studies about it. They can hire consultants to explain it. But I don't think a billionaire can feel it. They have so much money that billions and billions, all these numbers become just a blur to them. Doesn't make any sense. Right, it doesn't make any sense. Every time I see a billionaire wearing a hoodie, they're still a billionaire. Every time I see a billionaire posting memes, they're still a billionaire. I see a billionaire telling a funny story about their childhood, they're still a billionaire. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. The average person does not need billionaires to be relatable. The average person needs billionaires to stop evading taxes. Jeff Bezos, if you want to pay more taxes, I'm all for you. But don't trust unions, Jeff Bezos. Don't automate jobs. Stop treating human beings as headcount reductionist garbage. Don't do that.
Relatability is not a substitute for justice. A funny tweet, Elon, is not a substitute for a living wage. Whatever you do, you're still so farly different from me. I don't trust you, Jeff Bezos. I don't trust you, Elon. I don't trust you, Zuckerberg. I will never trust billionaires. I don't know how. It's literally impossible. Bye.
You're looking nice, my lord. Happy to try what you need. Yo, but I love to live in it.
You'll need a top-notch team to win.
I love to ride when you're free.
I was looking to get a new truck, so I raised my credit scores with Experian Boost. Now, Experian Boost is even better, because my monthly insurance payments could help me build credit. Instantly. Free.
More ways to build credit. Download the Experian app.
Round 1, go!
We know you're obsessed with your pet, and we're obsessed with giving them the absolute best. We obsess over every detail so you don't have to. You focus on how snuggles and those goofy little things. We've got the food covered. Shop now at OpenFarmPet.com.
Before I reply, you want me to stay. I've been there for you. You want me to change. Baby, you call me my name. I'm not what you do. This is your game. That's over me. Take me. She was thinking big shit, acting like you can do whatever you want. Getting in the business, run like a rail, we can tell what you want. It's all Tyler, and you love Tyler. It's gonna say I'm wrong. It's bad Tyler, but you deserve Tyler, so it's don't gotta take that long. You want me to stay. I've been there for you. Need to change. Baby, you call me my name. It is your game, that's a move. Take me.
What you got? We'll get back. Got a little bit of looking at it.
Now you want me to stay. I've been there for you.
What would Joe Louis think? What would Joe Louis think? What would Joe Louis think in the middle of a storm? What would Joe Louis do? What would he do? What would Joe Louis do? Joe knows what Joe Louis would do. Joe Louis would beat Joe Louis. Joe Louis would be constant in the middle of a ring, fighting against thousands of people, crowd of people, going nuts, going crazy, thousands of people, going nuts, thousands of people, screaming his name. Joe Louis! Joe Louis! Joe Louis! What would Joe Louis do? What would he do for you? Would Joe Louis do something great, fantastic, and grand? What would Joe Louis do? How are you doing, everybody? Coming on Jessica, coming on H-Man, it's like Silver Song, cracking ads indeed. You're getting hit with ads like crazy. That's what we love to see, ads. Oh, God, man. It's truly my dream. My dream is that everybody just gets bombarded with a numerous onslaught of ads all the time, forever. Nobody ever gets anything besides ads. Because all I've ever learned in my life is just people getting hit with ads could maybe you didn't. I mean, you don't have. It costs a lot. So how you get an ad blocker? How do I get an ad blocker? I go to adblock.com. If I get an ad blocker, I don't know. I'm trying to watch this video. Oh, go watch the video. Go watch the video. There's this live stream. It's not going to be important long. Go watch the video. You need that. Kind of worth it. You like more than you like pretty good. How's everybody feeling today? I would Green Element is going away, by the way.
point this out. Stream Elements is going away. You don't want to talk about the fact that Stream Elements is going to be going away as a platform. So for a lot of streamers, that's going to be a horror. For me, I don't know if it's going to be that bad. To be quite honest with you, I don't know if it'll be that bad. I don't know if I use Stream Elements that much. I would be so bold to say. Because I can be totally mixed with things. Because there's definitely I'm doing fantastic nightmare. How are you? I'm scared. I'm scared that's going to be the biggest piece of contingency for me. But we will keep moving. We will live our best lives. Yeah. Got your medication back? Let's see it. Let's get a message. Let's do it. Hearing the alert. Let's not beating brothers. Cool. So. Alright. Okay. You got movement there. I feel like it's like I'm missing. Am I good though? Yeah. If something happens, if I miss something, the fans kind of good. Thank you. I'm proud of you for wanting to get in a matter of 20 clips of things that I did nothing in your video. You can watch that 2 times a week. You think Michael Jackson was fair? Not that much. We're going to talk about Alex Ross. Yeah, I'll talk about Alex Ross a little bit. He's a weirdo. He wants such ability to be free. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's trolling. That's the thing. Because I don't watch. I'm not somebody that watches Predator catches on YouTube. I'm not actively just seeking out Prey catch content, so I don't know. It's just after the car got stolen. Oh yeah, my car is still there. Nothing's changed. So nothing's changed. No goodness can come out of that. Allow me 1 moment. I have to go grab this and other stuff. Okay, that's probably that's good. I need to go open my window. So I'm gonna put my BRB screen on for a second. I need to open my window. Please give me 1 moment. Now you told me to stay. I've been here for you. You told me to change.
So you put your face in dirt and decided, and guess what? It's actually more than color. Over 5,000 of these have done this with pictures. Somehow, they actually love it.
Swap our pictures. Let me tell you one time. I have to close the window.
We make quite a team.
Maximum!
You know what to do, spiders? I know the way to Avengers Tower.
Well, they didn't put in close the windows, so it's not raining yet. Yeah, I'll close all the windows and begin to don't. Talking to my wife, sorry guys. That's a skitty way. I'm talking to you guys. So, fun events are happening today. I don't know if actually I wouldn't consider them fun. So what we have here, and this is what's going on, is that Donald Trump has pardoned the January 6th. We knew this was going to happen, right? We got it. So, we got that. And then my 10K wants to be suggested. That's true. We need trial. It's just, Judge Builder has the most first term of all time. Just Wendy, I don't know if I say just Wendy. It's a little bit more than just Wendy. So let me go ahead and pull up. There we are. Okay. So. Alright. We are. We will pop this and first talk about it. So, we can look at his Gibson bill right now. His Gibson bill could be. It starts Gibson bill at $261,000. With a shy number away from what he said his bill is at $1.5 million. You can get off if you want to. We just gotta get that investment in.
A prayer to your family, my Christian stuff, always going to be Christian. Be thankful and also the reason God wants you belong to Christ. These are sacred and no words to warrant battery to yourself with them. Say we are all shut the builder. There's a lot of anonymous people.
Time
Which
to
that guy
switch
can
things
go in
up,
and no one
including
can
which
interesting.
side
This is
you're
for the kings
The
of
right
the
heroes
monkeys.
could make
Alright,
all the
interesting,
difference.
interesting.
I'm here
Does that
to
make you
witness the fight
depressed?
that
Why
my
does it
father
make you
began.
depressed?
I
I
hope
just
I make him
wanna
proud.
what is among the worst YouTuber has to offer. I think he's one of the better people. I don't know about that. So I'm just kind of curious. Right, that somebody was pegging him because he put her on blast on his Twitter. There's no proof of that. There's no viable proof of that. So I didn't cover that. Because I've seen the video that everybody talks about, the Chud the Builder gets pegged thing. Chud the Builder tag. There's no viable proof for that. I'm not really sure. It could be a black girl. It's the girl that's like, yeah, it's the black one where it's only cute is in a black that was in a relationship with Chud the Builder.
It's literally in my bio. I'm only bringing this up because Chud the Builder's cameraman put our conversation on Broadway on YouTube. Now millions of people know what I look like fresh off work. Great. But in the caption it said that black woman who used to smoke mid and get raw dogs by Chud the Builder. Well, he's not lying. I already told y'all we used to sell in the league. And we did what raw dogs. A lot. Me, him, and my ex-wife. I am a professional pegger. It is no secret that I perform drop days. Massages, if you would be taking all the time, but I never tell you names because distraction seems confidentiality is why my time is so long. But time is different. I think that that is the white question. I'll be like, you can be on the record. I'll sing on you. We all need to sound good. You can hear the thing. I'm a good too. Really deep guy. Hell, great mother. So I found out the controversy. Occultism.
I've always been Dalton, but I am a judge. Yeah, you were cool as shit. I don't remember you that much, but I do remember I knowing you. See it? We got roots. It's been a long time. Well, I healed your stomach by teaching you how to eat real food. What was your name again? Lana.
I'm confused. Since like 2015. What's up, y'all? Look at this here. Pretty big.
So okay. Maybe there's a little bit of validity to that. Maybe there is a little bit of validity to this actually. Hold on, there might be I fed you or I pecked you. What is she saying? Is she saying she pegged him? Put it on his story? Interesting. Let's see. I remember White Critical mostly for giving his own acts were taken, whether I would apologize for his tap acts or not. I think everybody has a reason to give their take. I don't really have a White Critical to be quite real with you. I think so strives to achieve because like he has no voice of his own, so it's the his multiple and the impact of YouTube will see this training to grip with. Probably did get pegged. Okay, let's talk about White Critical for like 1 second, right? Let's just talk about Moist Critical first, I guess, a second. If you ever go to Moist Critical's page, right, if you go to Moist Critical's page, you will see that he only ever talks about just drama content, right? It's all negative content. And that's smart. That's just smart stuff. He gives kind of baseline nonsense opinions. I'll give you a Moist Critical vehicle right now. There you go, it's critical. This stinky nonsense is happening. We should do this, man. It's just way for us going on. Tom Hancock is losing again. Jack Gordon's body cam got released. And to be perfect, I can do it to the light. This is the best movie here so far. I love it definitely. And I can't stand this freak. He's actually a big shitter. He's a big bigger shitter than probably bubble bass and shit. They freshly crab. That's what everything is still enough to clean the poop out. And it's just a little bit crazy. And my truck came up this time. It's just scary now with what policies going on. It's pretty bad. Well, that's about it. See ya. That's pretty much what it is, right? I have no hate for this. I don't have any hate in my heart for this man because he's smart. He doesn't any effort into his something. And zero effort into something. Always thinks about this. He's a video every single day. He's notoriously rich. He's probably one of the richest people ever. He makes it.
You want me to beat him up or something?
I can't really. I have no real hate for who he is.
Joshua, no ruins.
Because he doesn't lie about his content. He's just really basic. He doesn't think.
What did I say?
Listen to him. He doesn't find himself to be a greater style person. He got really lucky. And he attributes a lot of this stuff to saying, I got really lucky because he got down on my ring down. I don't hate him. He's really just an average guy, and I think that's what makes him so relatable, is because he's just a regular average guy. He's not too controversial. He doesn't really say anything too crazy. He's just a regular dude. I don't have any hate for him. He is a drama farmer. Yeah, he's a drama farmer for sure. He's definitely what he is. I don't have any anger towards him. I don't really have a reason to hate him for getting a bag, I suppose. I think just giving us to hate him overall. He's not very problematic. He's just very middle of the road person, if I could be so bold to say. And I think he's what I would consider the perfect YouTuber, because he can literally talk about whatever he wants to. Talk about TV shows, he can talk about Reddit drama, and a million people would watch. That's what it is. If you have personal distaste for him as a content creator, when he has personal distaste, he just talks about whatever he wants to. He still a lot of life. He talks about the that matter. He's just a regular. To me, he's horribly like, he doesn't have a super fancy mansion. He doesn't show all of his wealth over and over again. He's very smart with his money. I don't think he's very fiscal. I don't think he's a vlogger. Realistically, vlogging means I believe going outside. That's what it is. He's a nothing tuber. I don't think that's bad. Is that bad? Would that be bad? You say he's similar to Two on Head. No, Two on Head is more outward with her opinions when it comes to what she's talking about. I think Voice Critical is just Voice Critical. He's just a guy. He's been around for a while. It's like, take for example, right? I want to show you an example, right? Let's say every other YouTuber who is like a legacy pedigree as Voice Critical. Let's say 8-Bit Ryan, right? 8-Bit Ryan. 8-Bit Ryan has been around in the YouTube game for a long time. He's been around for a while. You may not know who 8-Bit Ryan is, but he's been around for a while. He makes video game content. He makes a lot of video game content. He doesn't get nearly as many views as Voice Critical, but he's around like 4 million subscribers, and he's been around for a while. He made his channel, he made his channel ago. 2015, right? Voice Critical made his channel. Voice Critical made Voice Critical's channel around 2007. They've been around for a while, right? Voice Critical is one of the only old guys. Like, you could say, he can just last as long as the guy. He make a video again? No. He has 20 million subscribers. He's been around for a long time, and he didn't last as long as Voice Critical. Voice Critical adapted. Let's look at another person we can talk about. Oh, I just took out everything. I got rid of everything. Got rid of all my screens and everything. We can talk about. We can talk about. We can talk about. Who's one that food down? The food down. Epic Milk. Epic Milk. Epic Milk. Right? Epic Milk. Epic Milk. Epic Milk. At no time, trying to keep up with the residue of YouTube. Charlie pivoted to content creation when it came to commentary. He pivoted and did that. So I don't have any hate in my heart for this person just because he doesn't do anything controversial or take a big stance towards anything. Because he doesn't need to. Because he can talk about whatever he wants to. He's a YouTuber. And to him, Charlie, just being a basic seems disingenuous. It just seems disingenuous. It seems stupid, right? It just feels really, really pointless. Charlie was typing that. I wouldn't even say that. Typing that is inflammatory and actively encourages like the WL low-cal behavior and is very inflammatory. I wouldn't say that Charlie equals Voice Critical. It's very tired and lazy. It's very lazy. I just don't understand why people would hate on him. Like, he's an average guy. He literally is what an average guy thinks like. See, people think average gold is what an average guy thinks like, but he's not. He's not. Voice Critical would be what an average person, middle of the road person, thinks like on a regular day-to-day basis. That's what it is. Right? I don't watch every single one of his videos. You can see the last one I watched. It could be a red bar under it. I watched a little bit of this video, a little bit of this video. I watched this, I watched these watch logos. I watched this far into the video. I watched this far into the video. I don't watch all of these videos. I watch scarcely, and it depends. So he uploads every single day. He's very consistent, and he doesn't care about something else at all. Well, even These thumbnails are low quality, garbage. Well, everything sucks. Stretched out, non-intense garbage. That's what it is. He's very milquetoast. He doesn't take anything. He likes to think of what they're going to tell him. He says what people want to hear him say. Okay? That doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, right? And look, if I'm not mad that Charlie says what people want to hear, then you would be mad at every single YouTuber ever. Because YouTubers usually say what their audience wants to hear. Or what their episodes want to hear. Like that's what it is. People pleasing are very common. Very many people are people pleasing. Then most people are faced by that metric. Even if he does say what people want to hear, he still has his own opinions about things. Even if his own opinions are everybody else. Like, I would be a big faker as well. I could be a big faker as well. I could be saying what you want to hear. Who knows? Who has any idea what
I'm here to finish the
about
fight that my father began. I hope I make him
So,
proud.
are you fake or you want? You don't know that. Right? You don't know that. You have no clue if I'm faking. You don't know if I'm faking. You only see what I'm presenting online. What I present myself as online. These folks are consistent YouTubers of all time. He streams every single day. I gotta close my windows because the storm. But I don't have any issue with it at all.
So you can eat for just
My dad bought
that's $15.99 for all your Belly Crunch food.
And close my windows because the storm. But I don't have any issue with voice critical at all.
I try to do the right thing, but somehow people always take it the wrong way.
Close my windows.
It's not my fault. God whispers in my brain and tells me who deserves his righteous vengeance.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
You're up, little one.
We're getting thunderstorms recently, so that's what it is. Not having much hot take doesn't make someone fake. Yeah, it's too strange. Yeah. If you were fake, then brother, it's time for you to be a legit actor. Yeah. If you were fake, then it's time to be an actor. You don't know content, right? And I think this is kind of important, especially in talking about voice critical and stuff like that, because you don't know content creators, right? Acting like you know content creators personally, or if they're fake or not, or if they're performative or anything of that variety, is pointless because every single content creator, no matter who it is pointless. Like Will Tennyson, right? Will Tennyson is my favorite content creator when it comes to Muppet stuff, right? I love Will Tennyson. I can tell that he's probably not like this all the time and always like this. He's probably not always in this variety of way to go. He has like digitally enhanced photos for a lot of this stuff. He's probably using AI. Nobody really cares. He just decided to make some content. Nobody knows if Will Tennyson is fake or not. As a matter of fact, you don't know any of these content creators. You have no clue. I spoke to the entire list of people. Magnus Mcdobo, right? This guy. Who knows if he's fake? Who knows if he's fake off camera, on camera, because you don't see the edits in between of what these people are doing. You don't know what any of these people are doing. So to claim that and I'm not like writing hard to defend things you can do it, by the way. I'm not writing hard to defend voice critical. I don't know the guy. I'm not pointedly defending the guy. I'm saying it's pointless to get mad at a content creator for perceived fakeness. You don't know the people, and the goal of content creation is literally to manipulate you. The way I get paid is by manipulating you with clickbait titles, clickbait thumbnails. That's how I get paid. I get paid by if you click on the video. Regardless of what I'm talking about, if you click on the video, I get paid. I get paid regardless of what happens on here. It's me trying to get money from you guys by getting your time and ad revenue. Whether you keep me on the background or whatever to have you, I get paid based on those metrics. That is how I operate as a content creator. Every single content creator has to do that to get paid. Even me talking about, even me titling my videos, no matter what I do, I have to get paid in some capacity based on advertising. People do that. Some people take horrible sponsorships. Some people just spend more. But that's what it takes to be a content creator. So it's really inflammatory content. What does that have to do with having inflammatory content? That's what it is. That's how people operate. I don't hate people for doing that. It just speaks for itself. It's a tension-based economy. like, yeah, if you don't know about what's the video, I thought that they go through like to see your point of view, but like, yeah, that's fair. It's just goofy. It's nothing. If people can wait too content during frankly, I don't want to hear half take about people. I'm sure you admit don't know very much about it. I'm sure you can hear me out. And this is important. This is really, really important. I'm really gonna talk about this for a second. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion about anything, right? The fact that people call them takes. If other people say, oh, here's think about this, I don't value his take a lot, that's his opinion on the situation. That's his opinion on the situation. That's how he feels about it. He is very free and very allowed to say whatever he wants about pretty much anything. I'm allowed to say whatever I want about pretty much anything. That's the ability you have of freedom of speech. That's the ability you have about freedom of creation. That's the joy of creation. You have the ability to do anything you want on the internet pretty much forever because you're allowed to say what you feel like. That is what it takes to be a content creator, to have the freedom, the bravery, the looseness to say these words, speak them into the void, and hope that somebody else connects to those words, saying things such as, I think chocolate ice cream sucks. I think dark chocolate is disgusting. I hate strawberries. Blueberries are revolting. I don't think onions are really good on anything. And people saying, I disagree with that opinion. Because people say, oh, just take on the situation. Just to make it complicated. These takes are disgusting. Right? If you want to hear more radical stuff, it's okay. Right? You can just leave. You can leave. Way too open about the life of stock when their mass moments come off and they make them. It's locales are just people that people make fun of. That's what it is. I think most people, if they put their stuff online, would be local. The fact that we have people on TikTok expressing their life, doing all that stuff, we get a lot more locales on the common day-to-day basis. That's what it is. That's the nonsense of that. As a Megaton fan, I hope you enjoy it. They think everyone has to be famous, so not true. I know you probably know influencers know who actually not snake oil salesmen. Every single influencer that I know that is my friend is lying to you. And I say this with my whole chest. I mean this with every fiber of my being. I mean this with every fiber of my soul. This is how you become a successful content creator. You have to lie to people. You will not be a successful content creator if you always tell the truth to everybody. You don't clickbait. Because nobody cares about honesty on the internet. People care about being entertained. If you are somebody that cares about honesty, you're lying to yourself. You care about the illusion of honesty. You don't care about the fact that you have matches your uplifting or your authority in a situation. You don't care about what people actually feel or think. You care about what they present. And you care about a good sob story or a good thing going on. For instance, my car got broken into and it sucks. And I expressed that because it sucks for me and I want to talk about it. But nobody cares about it. Nobody really cares. You're still going to go about your day. I'm suffering because I can't get around as easily as I used to in my car. That's my own personal preference about going on in life. That's life. Right? That's life. Now, I could make another video and say, hey guys, I turned my car into a Megazord. People will say, oh, you got this car destroyed. Megazord, yeah, I can do that. It'd be easy to do. It'd be non-physical, it'd be stupid, and I could show a video while playing a video game doing that. That is what it takes. That is what it takes to be a content creator. That's what it is. That's what it takes. You have to have a willingness to lie. This is what it takes to me. Your willingness to manipulate is how far you'll get in this game. Your willingness to manipulate. Your willingness to put yourself second. Your moral second. Your integrity service. And your willingness to be an honest person fourth. Because the first thing that matters to every content creator is getting to the next step. Numbers getting higher. Money. That's what happens. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's realistically what it takes to be a content creator. Right? That's why I'm not a great content creator. I'm a good content creator, but I'm not great. It's not nihilistic. It's not nihilistic to say that. It's not nihilistic to say. It's not nihilistic to say that. Do you know what nihilism is? It's not nihilistic. Right? That's not nihilistic, right? What is nihilism? What is nihilism? What is nihilism? Let's look at the definition of nihilism.
Time to switch things up.
Nihilism is an example of social views that rejects any energy, purpose, moral values, truth, or knowledge. It's not nihilistic to say that you have to manipulate. My purpose is to get money in life. My moral value is manipulation. My truth is the matter, the fact that I have to manipulate, and the knowledge that I have among all this is that people are stupid. It's not nihilistic to admit that the average person is an idiot. The average person is dumb. It's okay to say that.
Man.
Lying for a living is how car salesmen exist. That's how we operate, right?
You off today?
It's financially comfortable to lie. That's what it is. That is the reality of it. That's how people operate as humans. That's how we operate. It is so easy to manipulate people. It's very easy to manipulate.
Okay.
It's disgustingly easy to. I'll show you an example. I will show you
No problem, bro.
an example. Let me show you how a lot of people get clips. Let's show you how people get clips. So this is what a content creator showed me. This called Switch Pack.
You said what?
Okay.
I couldn't hear you.
I guess the teeth make up for it.
Huh?
The battle starts in
I'm
5.
gonna make up a name.
4,
Kingly
3,
Jumbo.
2,
Right?
1.
Hey, how do
Capture
you
the mission area.
feel about gender politics? Considering you'll never be a person. Alright, now watch this. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Now watch this. To save the comments, right? To save the comments, right? This is very important. This is very important. Save the comments, right? Now I have a comment. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, if I weren't streaming, if I were not streaming right now, if there was nothing else streaming, if I weren't streaming, and I wanted to have a clip, I wanted to make a clip. This is how most people make clips. I'm show you a trick that most people do to make clips. This is how you easily get manipulated. Watch this. So, I'm going to turn on display tab. Turn on display tab here. You guys can see my show here is right here. This is how you get manipulated. Easy. Watch this. Watch. I'm going to show you something really cool. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your whole mind. Now, see that? My capture is open. Now watch this. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to ruin your week, maybe. I don't even know what it's going to do for you. You're going to be trouble. So, open up my capture. Yes, see my capture. I am now going to make a clip. Watch this. This is how a lot of people make clips. This is how a lot of people make clips. Watch how this is how they do it. Watch. This one. Hey, how do you feel about gender politics between you'll never be a person? I am a person. Why do you think I'm not going to be a person? Because I'm black, because my skin is dark, because you want to talk about gender, so you can flip me to something crazy. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Are you saying I'm not a person trying to get me mad irrationally or trying to get me rage baited just to react to your comment? Well, congratulations. Now we have it too. We can talk about it. Talk about you on my live stream right now. We got people talking about you. Yeah, the whole world talking about you right now. We got people mad at you for calling me not a person because you've been in here for 2 weeks saying it's nonsense to me. But obviously you don't have the capacity to go. And that's okay if you don't have the capacity to go. Just leave my chat. Get out of here. Stop trying to get me pissed just because you want to get a reaction out of me. Just because you want to feel like you're actually meaningful in your life and your work is so pathetic for your life. Your life is pathetic. Get out of my chat.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green pockets? Only can.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? If so, you need to stop now and immediately call an experienced auto accident attorney. Look at this check for $237,000. This settlement and many others like it were payments our team of legal experts obtained for our clients. If you have not been in an auto accident, feel free to skip this video. We don't want to waste your time. But for those of you still watching, I'm going to share the best way for you to achieve the maximum settlement. The right attorney can help you get top compensation for your vehicle or property damage, medical bills, lost income, and pain and suffering. To obtain the most compensation for your car accident, you need to know the accident was not your fault, if you were injured, and if the accident happened within the last 2 years. If this matches your circumstances and you have not spoken with an attorney, you need to call us now. Do not speak to insurance companies or the other party without legal guidance. Saying the wrong thing can... Don't wait time. The longer you wait, the less severe your case may be.
Eventually, your life is pathetic. Get out of my check.
I still have some hunt left.
Now, that was fake. That was fake. That was obviously fake, right? But nobody knows that it's not in his live stream. Nobody knows that that's fake in his live stream, right? So nobody knows that it's fake. So now I have the clip. I grab the clip. Boom. And then here goes the thing. This is how easy it is to make a clip, by the way. This is how fake it is. This is how fake the online spectrum is. And you're telling me that content creators aren't supposed to be fake, but people are going to watch this clip and they're going to say, wow, oh my God, that's messed up. He shouldn't have said that. That's evil. I'm happy you stood up for yourself because people are stupid. That's why. That's why. And you're saying that I'm not fake compared to everybody else? Are you stupid? Right? Here goes. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is fun. Oh, here we go. Boom. Now we have a clip. Right? Here goes. But I'm less fake than everybody. Everybody online is fake. All of them. Every single one of them. I'm no better than anybody else. Stop trying to put me on a pedestal. Stop doing that. Don't meet your hero. Literally. Stop doing that. Stop it. Grow up. Become a better person. Realize everything's fake online and don't take any of this shit seriously. Literally. Oh, what's this? A content that nobody said? No one said this? Let me add an animation to it. Let me put a flash in. Hey, how did that make a thing out right there? Do a black hole. Because I'm black, because my skin is dark, because you want me to talk about gender, so you can clip me for some crazy. It's pathetic. Get out of my chat. So boom. Now we have a clip. Oh, what are we going to do with this clip? Oh my God, let's export it. Let's export the clip. Great fake. Let's make it 60 frames a second. Bada bing, bada boom. I just made content. Oh, look at that. And now, look how fast it renders. Look how fast it renders. So you personally want to manipulate people? No, you don't. Who knows what I want to do? I'm not going to tell you my true opinions. What is that? That's crazy. Who knows what I want to do? Maybe I do want to manipulate people. Maybe this is the best way to get money. And that's what it is. Ask glitch effect. Oh my goodness. Hey, how do you feel about gender politics? Boom, now we have a clip. And now you know what I'm going to do with this clip? You know what I'm going to do with this whole clip? You know what I'm going to do with this clip that I just made? I'm going to go right to Twitter. And I'm just going to post it bar for bar. Boom. Boom. Now I'm going to post the clip and wait for it to upload. That's how people make clips. Welcome. Ooh, oh my God, that's how people clip bars. Oh my God, that's how it happens. That's how people clip bars. Some people don't even go live. They just do this to get more people into their live stream. That's what happens. That's what it is. That's how people operate. So you're getting mad about people not, and I see how fast I just upload that. Look at the high quality of it. Look how high quality it is. 48 seconds, that could go crazy. I will never BS you about manipulation because it's pointless. Let me point this out. It is, I believe this is part Jiggy Jig. You sure receives not striking this kind of fixed person that will lie about it for money. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not. But this is what people do. I'm not even personally talking about me all the time, right? I'm just telling you what it takes to be a big content creator. I'm explaining that to you. So you can't, I'm not mad at other people that manipulate because that's what it takes to get a content. That's what it takes to be a content creator. It takes a willingness to manipulate people because the average person is not smart at all. The average person is just not smart. So it's just not a smart person. Like it's just people aren't smart. People are not smart. I just don't think they're smart enough. And the reason I don't think they're smart enough is because of today's topic. So, Donald Trump. Let's see.
Right heroes
So
can
the
make
customer
all
stable
the
up to drop
difference.
100%, same way. The White House, those groups that are anti-American, whatever, we don't care about that. We already did that. We already there for that.
Ooh, pick me,
please. Okay, so I saw earlier, maybe I said there's a bookmark, maybe I didn't say there was a bookmark. Here it goes. I saw this earlier. This is very important. Very important.
Round one, go!
Pretty sure I'm still the coolest spider hero in any reality.
We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You
check completely changed my life, and it came from a car accident I almost forgot about. I'm honestly shaking as I record this. I never imagined something this big could come from an accident that felt so small at the time. I've been in a vehicle accident in the past 2 years. Even if you think it was mine, even if you were just a passenger, you might be entitled to far more than you realize. Here's my story. I was stopped at a red light when, bang, a distracted driver slammed into a line. My neck felt a little stiff, but the car seemed okay. They exchanged info and I drove home. Big mistake. Over the next few weeks, the pain got worse. I started missing work. My car developed issues I hadn't noticed before. The insurance company tossed me a tiny offer and basically said, take it or leave it. I almost did. Then my sister's boyfriend Marcus told me about something called safety house. He said, just answer 4 questions. What's the worst that can happen? At first, I thought he was exaggerating, but he had managed the exact same tool after his own. He told me to change everything for me. So, just the link. There's 4 simple questions, and in less than 30 seconds, you'll told me I might actually qualify for a real supplement. I figured, yeah, right. But I had nothing to lose. A couple of months later, I was holding a settlement check that was dozens of times higher than what insurance first offered me. Here's where it gets crazy. I shared this tool with 5 people I know who'd been in accidents. My coworker Diana, just a passenger in an Uber, thought she had no case. She ended up with a life-changing settlement. My neighbor Kevin thought his accident from over a year ago was too late. It wasn't. My cousin Ashley, a bike accident with a car door. My buddy Ryan swore it was too minor to matter. He was wrong. Even my mom's friend Nikki, she's in her late 60s, barely uses technology. But if she helped, she filed, and she stopped. 5 different situations, and all of them discovered they were entitled to way more than they thought. Here's what nobody tells you. Insurance companies have one job, to pay you as little as possible. They count on you not knowing your rights. But this tool completes everything. You don't need to understand law. You don't need to hunt for some random attorney. You just click the link below this video. Just 4 basic questions. Instantly check if your case qualifies. If you do, they complete a specialist who handles everything. No upfront fees, no court dates, no fighting insurance companies yourself. A year ago, I would have accepted that tiny insurance payout and considered myself lucky. But knowledge is power. Diana was just a passenger. Kevin got his case worked.
Better stop that vehicle!
What we have going on right now, besides the hurricane outside of the house, is that be crazy and actually making me feel the sex man. Oh my god, we're in jail for this right now. We can know what's right up.
Behold the god
of I just actually not serious. Yeah, we're hit with the severe thunder. Yeah, we're in the middle of the severe thunder. Oh, that's good. I leave the place. French show. I have no college.
It's your game, but let's go through. Take me one time, let me tell you one time. I don't like to be, don't like to be quiet. Take me this one check. I don't want to be quiet. Ain't a good thing when you see my shit. Everything she gets right at each time. I don't tell me to baby you. I need to be fine. Why you die? You want me to stay. I'll do it to you. You need to change. I did you. Just call me my name. I'm not to fool. You get your game, but who's special to take me? Like she was thinking, think she acting like you think who's anyone. Run like to tell you to
Don't give them another inch.
Behold the god of thunder!
gotta watch the video.
Good afternoon. Wanted to hop on here and give you a weather update. A live look right now out over Southfield, and you notice that we're seeing some clouds out there, but still plenty of sun to bust. So you may see a few shadows from time to time, but that'll really be about it. Those shade breaks lower, it's not middle, 80. It is 80 temperatures. Facing the Ohio Valley. So between that this afternoon and the 12
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I am Groot.
Are you ready to hunt? Yeah, we're in the middle of a bad one. It's 82 degrees. Oh, we're getting flooding. We're getting flooding. Okay, yeah. Okay, we're getting a lot of flooding right now.
No.
Give me 2 hours of bad weather. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So,
Alright, quiet.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
So Trump was talking about the January 6ers and how he made a special fund with taxpayer money to fund them. So this is what taxpayer money is going for. They'd like us to listen to this for a second.
Department has this new fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion. Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, it's been very well received. I have to tell you, I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and under negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turn out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country. And they worked on it. I know the Justice Department has really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done, but these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things that have had to suffer.
So, what he's saying here is that the January 6th, like he's specifically talking about the January 6th. I want to say this so specifically because he actually is making a fund for the January 6th. That's not disgusting. And it's actually horrifying that the January 6th pardon, that's a whole thing. Let's see, the January 6th is a Trump fund. He made a fund specifically for them. IRS derivative from pursuing audits of Trump and his family. It's just like real corruption. You get protection from IRS under lawfare fund settlement. It's a lot of corruption with Trump right now. It's really interesting that some of these people are just to me, the link is corruption. Right? IRS derivative from pursuing audits of Trump and his family as part of the Justice Department's compensation fund deal. Officials vowed not to pay any material among Donald Trump's tax returns that are pending. That just seems strange. Right? That seems strange. The Justice Department on Tuesday expanded this agreement if reached this week, the President Trump resolved extraordinary lawsuits against the IRS to include a provision that would bar the tax claim against the President's family or his businesses. In a one-page document signed by General Attorney Tom Lynch and quietly posted on the department's website, officials vowed not to pursue any matters including devolving Mr. Trump's tax returns that are currently pending. This is so interesting to me. This is so very interesting to me. It's the fact of the matter that we are witnessing record levels of corruption right now in real time. And I give Trump credit. He is draining the swamp by showing us within the swamp. It's him. He's showing us what the corruption is right in front of his face. It's really crazy. Yeah, the 1.8 billion compensation. Top Republicans break with Trump 1.8 billion compensation. I need to understand what is. Yeah, here it goes. Republican Senate Majority Leader John McCain has split with the Trump administration over the creation of a $1.8 billion fund aimed at compensating individuals unfairly investigated by previous administrations for their legal fees, which is done with taxpayer money, by the way. I want to point this out. speaking to her upon her son, said he was not a big fan of the fund, and he did not see a purpose in the most high-profile member of Trump's own party to criticize the plan. Democrats have presented it as a plus for Trump's political allies, including some charged and convicted over 2021 U.S. Capitol rights, because some of the money is going to the people of the January 6th. Ames Attorney General Todd Blanche defended the move on Capitol Hill, saying the compensation was nonpartisan and available to anyone. The anti-weaponization fund was unveiled on Monday in exchange for Donald Trump dropping a $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS over the leak of his tax returns to the media, said the Justice Department. The lawsuit plaintiffs, which include Trump's elder son, Donald Jr. and Eric, accompanied him received an apology but no monetary compensation, the department said. Because he's going to lose the investigation. But then it's so insane to see. It is insane to see. This is really nuts. The fund will consist of a 5-member commission, 4 of whom will be appointed by the Attorney General. I will have a total of $1.776 billion available to settle and pay cases, a figure that refers to a year of the U.S. declared independence from Great Britain. $1776 billion. That is insane. What is this? This patriotism garbage and corruption, it's like using God's name. It's like we'll have $316 billion because of John 3:16, where he gave his only son. This is so wildly corrupt. So wildly corrupt to witness in the real time. It is crazy to see. Son, the top-rated Republican in the U.S. said he was not sure exactly how they intended to use it, and that he expected to undergo a full vetting by lawmakers. My assumption is that based on some of the blowback that comes from this was announced, there'll be a significant amount of attention paid to what he said. And an update on Thursday, the Justice Department quietly filed a one-page memo that expands statement that says Trump is guaranteed to not be investigated for tax crimes in the future. That is crazy. This is such a crazy statement. It is giving him just wild immunities over and over. Why are we giving Trump so many immunities just for the sake of giving him immunity? This is so wildly disgusting. Vampire, I'll explain to you. I just want you to read this sentence and make it an example of what we're dealing with here. In an update on Thursday, the Justice Department quietly filed a one-page memo that expanded the settlement. It says that Trump is guaranteed not to be investigated for tax crimes in the future. Do you know how crazy this sentence is? This is the craziest sentence I've ever read, ever. What is that? Any tax crime, what does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean? What do you mean he's not getting investigated? None? Not a single one? Not a single thing? Not a single thing he's gonna get investigated for? He's just gonna get freedom? That's crazy. That's disgusting. If the document is signed by Attorney General, but not by the IRS, the fact that he is forever barred and precluded from precluding examination of Trump's finances. Do you realize how insane this statement is? I'm sorry. Like, come on. Like, are we for real right now? Are we for real? Imagine this, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example of how ludicrous, and I'm not talking about the rapper. How ludicrous. This is ludicrous. Ludicrous. The document signed by, I think, I'm sorry, I'm messing my words. The tax agency, the IRS, is forever barred and precluded from pursuing examination of Trump's finances. Forever barred and precluded. That's very direct language. That means they can never investigate Trump for basically anything. They said, nah, you don't get to investigate. You don't get to investigate Trump for anything. You don't get to do that. It extends protections to related or affiliated individuals and related trusted businesses. Do you know how crazy it is that Trump and all of his allies cannot be investigated by the IRS? Trump and his allies cannot be investigated by the IRS. Are we all reading the same thing? Why are we not all freaking out about it? This is crazy to get read my entire life. This is the most insane thing I've ever read in my whole life. What would this mean? What, all of them? Every single one of them can't be investigated? This is crazy.
forever! This is a forever claim! It is business protected to related or affiliated individuals. What does it mean, Donald Jamarcus Trump? What does it mean? This is crazy. Thank you for playing closing towards I appreciate that. This is nuts. This is nuts. This is nuts. This is nuts. Okay. Hunter Biden had filed claims to advance. Asked about the fund during the news briefing on Tuesday, Vice President said it was misrepresented by the media. Okay. Anyone can apply for it, he said, adding that includes the President, General Biden was convicted felony charges in a congressional hearing earlier on Tuesday. Blank also defended the fund, arguing that Democrats were not excluded from seeking compensation. While he acknowledged, okay, so I don't hear me out. This is really important, right? And I gotta say this. I really, and maybe I'm not clear on this. Maybe I'm not critical. So the fund that they made, which everybody that is related to Trump, ability to not be attacked by the IRS, forever barred, right? To file the claim, anyone can apply for it, he said, including Hunter Biden's sons. We're not excluding Democrats. That's not the point. It's not the point. That's not the point. It's the fact that it's corruption. It's corrupt to say that you can't be investigated by the IRS. That's the point of the corruption. I'm so pissed. I'm so angry. I'm so mad right now. Oh, I'm not violent. I'm so violent. What do you mean? This doesn't make any sense to me. This doesn't make any sense to me. Also, it depends upon saying that I don't care if Democrats are not excluded from this. That's not the point. The fact that it exists in the first place is disgusting. That's crazy. What is happening is you write the check. Trump and his cronies cash it. American taxpayers who are already being whacked by high prices are going to foot the bill. Because this whole fund is done by taxpayer money. Who cares if Democrats are included? You're both ass. You both suck. Oh, y'all going to make me blow a gasket. This is disgusting. Maybe Lacey, you might be right. Is this why Democrats have been practically colluding and doing nothing? You think maybe because they're all benefiting from it. And I keep saying this, the battle was not left and right, it's up, down, because these guys are up above us, arguing over nothing. This is so stupid. Oh, this is so dumb. Oh, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my God, this is so dumb. So dumb. This is so dumb. This is... Thank you so much for the 198 bits. I appreciate that. This is so wildly corrupt. The national anthem that the law doesn't apply to white people. That's not incorrect. Yeah, this is wild. Like this is weird to me. I feel like I'm dumb. I gotta talk about the compensation fund, alright? Compensation fund. Pursuing the audits of Trump and his family. I feel as though I gotta make a video about this, right? Like, come on, I feel like we gotta make a video about this. We gotta. I feel who wants to be included in the video? Who wants to be included in the YouTube video? Who wants to be here for the YouTube video? Who wants to be here for it, right? Who's here for the YouTube video? Huh? Who wants to say hi YouTube for me? Yeah, you want to be in the YouTube video? Get my glasses on so I can talk about this. I'm gonna grandstand for about 12 minutes. Who's ready to see me grandstand? Who's ready to see me grandstand? Hi YouTube, pleasure to see you all. Alright.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father
Ready,
began.
set,
I hope
and...
I'm proud. Most spiders just climb walls. I'm psionically linked to a giant robot. I win.
Ladies with gentle hands, ladies' hands across my face, ladies with small, delicious, beautiful hands, men with big, brolic, amazing hands, and non-binary people with something that I can't even fathom or annihilate inside of my body, chest, mind, and soul. We are talking about Trump forever being barred from the IRS ever investigating him. No, I'm not joking. No, I'm not making it up. No, I'm not hitting you with the piddly wink nonsense. No, I'm not hitting you with the, oh, this is all a fake story. No, Trump has been forever barred indefinitely
was being investigated by the IRS. And this is a very horrifying thing. That means that the IRS can't get him for laundering or tax fraud or tax evasion. And I don't think that maybe it's because he was too old. Maybe he was an old man. He didn't have the ability to actually get it up anymore. His prostate's out of whack. He's actually spitting out dust out of his crotch socket. That's maybe what I'm thinking. But no, something worse is happening throughout this entire thing. This is disgusting. Donald Trump has done the most blatant in our face corruption that I've ever seen in my entire life. This is disgusting, weird, wacky, and nasty. And right now, we're live. You're going to be live at 4 o'clock basically almost most days. So let's talk about what's happening here. We're going to start with the BBC, the big black broadcasting channel. Not a big fan. Top Republican breaks with Trump on $1.8 billion compensation fund. Now, if you don't know what the compensation fund is for a bunch of January 6th that got attacked the riot going on against the Capitol. So, you actually have a word, right out too loud, you actually have a word from Donald Trump right here now. Let's listen to exactly what he said.
New fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion. Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, so he specifically states that they're paying for the January 6th. Now, if you don't remember January 6th, I'd like to rekindle your brain. I'd like to do something that helps you outside your mind. I want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So we remember what happened on January 6th. Let's get a little bit of memory. If you just look up January 6th, you can see images. You can see the nonsense that happened with January 6th, all the horrors that happened with January 6th. And January 6th, the United States was a capital attack, because on January 6th, 2021, the United States and Washington, D.C. were attacked by a mob of supporters of President Trump and took himself 2 months after his defeat in the 2020 presidential election. They thought the human power of sending a joint protest of Congress from counting the electoral vote to formalize the victory of then President-elect Joe Biden. The attack was unsuccessful in preventing the certification of election results according to the bipartisan House Select Committee that investigated the attack was a culmination of a plan by Trump to overturn the election. This is on the Wikipedia page. Trump actively stated that, he will not be initiated this. Within 36 hours, 5 people died. One was shot by the Capitol Police. Another guy that somehow a drug overdose. What are you doing? TPP rushed the Capitol, and 3 died of natural causes. You were too old to rush the Capitol? What are you doing at the Capitol? Too old. What's going on? Are you rushing the Capitol and you're just old? Is that what's happening? You're old and rushing the Capitol, and that's what's happening there? Including the police officer who died of a stroke a day after being assaulted by rioters and collapsing at the Capitol. Jesus Christ. Sweet old Pete. He died of a stroke? He died of a stroke? That's disgusting. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for his loss. I apologize for his happening. Has that lost his life. Many people were injured, including 170 police officers. 4 officers who were punished for the attack died by, oh my God, within 7 months. Spanish songwriters has received $2.7 million. It is the only attempted coup d'etat directed towards the federal government in the history of the United States. It was done by Republicans. So I want you to really understand why January 6th is such a prolific day in U.S. history. We got to live through the only coup d'etat directed towards the federal government. This was the only one ever in history. I want you to understand that. On to action by Trump on January 5th and 6th, thousands of supporters had gathered in Washington, D.C. to support his false claim that the 2020 election had been stolen by emboldened radical left intercessors. The man that then Vice President Mike Pence in Congress reject Biden's victory, starting at noon on January 6th at a Save America rally on the Ellipse. Trump gave a speech in which he repeated false claims of election irregularities and said, if you don't fight like
never got mad enough for me to be scared. For me to be scared.
To the Capitol and members among the rioters were leaders of the Proud Boys and both movements. I don't know what the Proud Boys forget about the Proud Boys. Is an American free, far-right, fascist, militant organization that promotes against all political violence. The group leaders have been convicted of violently opposing the federal government. The Proud Boys, basically, neo-fascist, basically, neo-N-E-R. That's what we have going on. This is the discuss that was happening. So, now, please know that these people were attacked on January 6th. And these people were attacked their money are now being targeted in a $1.7 million fund to expedite legal fees. Let's keep going.
Very well received. I have to tell you, I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and the negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. And they've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turned out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country. And they worked on it. I know the Justice Department has been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done to people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things that they had to suffer.
Education is a value. What's that mean? Well, at the University of Phoenix, it means that your degree covers multiple skills you can use on a job. It means that you get student online programs provide the energy of trust for careers. It means that 90% of our programs are in growing fields. It means you will earn a degree after the Phoenix degree. Set your application at Phoenix site.
I first did big wireless. They started using it. They got me playing it. Got that. Premium. Today, it was premium. It's on. Good job. It's always good. Move on. It's just, you can do 16 minutes. Leave it again. And I would keep it with you.
Oh my gosh.
So let's go deeper into these conversations on that we can really set it aside. So, we have this one once again. The conversation is each one to divide up the people that are against the violence, talking about the Republicans and the Jewish God stuff with the Republicans, which is taking up a $3.8 billion fund aimed at compensating individuals by building investigators like previous. This is not just in the pay capacity, it's not even comparing investigation. There are no construction in the side of the investigation. They're using taxpayer money to help January 15th, who did the only tax for the federal government. This is very important, wildly important to talk about. Speaking to reporters, Stone said he was not a big fan of the fund, adding that he did not see a purpose for it. He's the most high-profile member of the company arbitrate by the plan. This is very important because those people don't even like the plan. Why are you doing it? Democrats have to get and reflect on the political allies between some causes versus over 2021 U.S. tax right. So these are real funds to gain this funding out. People are saying that Democrats can act like it too, and I don't care if Democrats can act like it too. As a matter of fact, I don't care if the far left, far right, I don't care who can act like it. The fund didn't exist in the first place. Using taxpayer money is my biggest concern. Active Attorney General Tom investigating obligations not available to anyone. That's disgusting, Charles. That's just so blatantly high power. So, not nothing right. It's up with the gap because you're attacking people at the bottom to be acting with people at the top is what's happening. This is disgusting. The anti-weaponization was unveiled on Monday. Standing for Donald Trump, locked on the law against the IRS over illegal tax returns to the media. He's got the law is and some of them don't monitor the compensation is part of we are watching the legal debate. The legal people is right. No. That being up here, you were glad to hear, right? The fund was about 500 against 4 million reported by the Attorney General. They will have a total of $1.7 billion available to federal taxation. A thing that refers to the U.S. declared independence in Great Britain 215 years ago. Shout out to 1776. God, I love America. God bless America. Son, the top man, by the way. The top ranking Republican U.S. Senate said that he was not sure exactly how they intended to use it, that he expected to undergo a full vetting by law. My assumption is that based on some of the flowback that Trump tends to announce, there will be a significant amount of attention paid to itself. In an update on Tuesday, this is today, the Justice Department quietly filed a one-page memo that expands itself and says that Trump is guaranteed to not be investigated for tax crimes in the future. Trump is guaranteed. Trump is guaranteed, right, to not be investigated for tax crimes in the future. Guaranteed. He can do fraud. He can do evasion. He can do money laundering. He will not be investigated by the IRS in any capacity. We can also well be attacked at this point. Do you realize what that means? Do you realize what this means? Right? And I want to point out the document signed by Acting Attorney General Coughlin but not by the IRS, says that the tax agency is forever barred and precluded from pursuing examinations of Trump's finances. Are we for real right now? They are forever barred and precluded from pursuing examinations of Trump's finances. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Hold on a second. You thought I was done? Put that boy back together. Those cookies got to cook a little bit longer. They're a bit too soft. Let's get hard for a second. It extends this protection to related and affiliated individuals and related trust and business. I want to read this I want you to really.
You thirsty. Why would he be thirsty, dude? He had the soup in his bottle. I took it out and put milk in his bottle or soda. Then I took the soda out and put milk. He didn't have hella shit to drink.
He ain't playing that kind of stuff. Wait, we gotta have a conversation with Nettie's, bro, because the matchmaking, they've done a lot.
Oh, I just gave him some soda and that ice cream cup.
They gotta bring characters, balancing patches, stuff of that nature. I appreciate that. But we gotta address the oversized giraffe. I have to address the hippo that is in the room. You guys have seen this. If you tuned into my latest live stream, you have saw firsthand the amount of BS I go through, and the thing we are talking about is matchmaking. Matchmaking in Marvel Rivals makes no sense. Hey, I played Apex. That's so cute on there. I played Overwatch before. I played different kinds of games. Years before Halo. Racing. You getting older, you just get right. Aspect to it. Hello.
What?
I know what.
Oh,
placement matches. I was just like, okay, cool.
It's gonna be my new cheap clothing line called Old and Reckless, nigga.
I don't understand.
What is the what?
Milk stuff.
What?
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Round one.
The spider controlling my suit is small, but fierce. Just like me.
Coming in 30 seconds.
Stay strong. Primed.
You seem very anxious about your role as protector of this web.
Do I? Maybe it's just that if I screw up, the world might end.
Would you feel better if I told you that all superheroes feel the same way?
No.
The battle starts in 5, 4,
You're up,
3,
Lily.
2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Anything that increases my firepower, my life.
They look like they need business.
Anyone willing to help? Sorry.
I need assistance.
Your skin is
She's
located
gonna be very angry. Protective shield.
My trap worked! restoring. We're better when we work together. Here comes trouble. My trap worked.
Ah, that's better. The end has come. What comes for you? An extra safe deal? Great.
Back to my old self.
Some motivation on. Destroyed that Ankh. Systems restoring.
Better make this count.
Anyone willing to help? I need assistance.
My trap worked.
They are coming from behind.
Here comes trouble. Fighters get the job done. We're better when we work together. It's fighter time! Against the world! It's fighter time!
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
A little help, please.
Powering up.
I am ready to put on a show.
Show you then. My trap worked.
Only 60 seconds left.
Let's do some damage.
We are undefeatable, KO.
No, that doesn't count. Whatever that Ankh
You need to
was,
stop
it's
that
gone
vehicle in
now.
its tracks.
I'm counting on you, friends.
I have a shield, but no complaints.
Spider scanner's located an Ankh.
I'm good to go.
Focus on the battle.
Full arsenal primed.
I'm impervious
I'm
to
doing
damage.
this my way.
Better stop that vehicle. On here. Step carefully. A little help, please. Getting stronger all the
Behold the god of thunder!
We make quite a team.
Better stop that vehicle. They created a half lane. Stop them.
Powering up. You're up, little ones. Some sort of ancient Ankh.
I am healed. I have a shield, but no complaints. Better stop that vehicle.
We're better when we work together.
Double
Plans in
strike!
place.
There's still a chance to stop them.
So much better. You're up, little ones. One less song to worry about. Fighters get the job done.
Only 60 seconds left.
Go the spiders. little one. It's spider time! Shields up! Systems restoring.
Now I'm confident. Friends, gather round! I am wounded. Who will help? Only 60 seconds left.
The moon haunts you!
My trap worked!
Better stop that vehicle!
Behold the god of thunder! Just but to behold the god of thunder!
Down to
No,
30 seconds.
That doesn't count. Full arsenal primed.
Don't give them another inch.
I am ready to put on a show.
Final 10 seconds.
Mine's in place. Woohoo! I know that sound.
The current score is 0, 2, 3. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Round 2, go! Seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Poor creature, ripped through time and forced to survive in a strange world. I know a dimension where you could rampage freely and devour everything in your path.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
That'll be the best man I can be for the new Mrs. McCall. Kill that! What have we here? Now. Just who can we're looking for. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Enemies better be here. A nice deep freeze. Everybody needs...
come to New York sometime. I'll do whatever a spider can.
Help. So cold.
Spider sling.
Pulse charge. Fire. Tandy needs help. Maximum pulse.
Enemies better be ready. Lightning strike.
Now I've got something to prove.
Beholds the God of Thunder!
Only 60 seconds left. It's spider time! Us against the world!
We're better when we work together. My trap worked!
I gotta do better this time. Pretty sure those are bad guys.
The final 10 seconds!
Steer clear of the spider. Crack the whip. Gonna get sticky.
Time for some final score. 0-2-3. Well, you can't expect to win them all.